Maybe you do. Maybe you see him in 4K as hopefully everything is working
No,
here.
only if he shows his feet.
Hi,
I don't want to
everybody.
see.
I might have to
Look.
adjust the camera. There's a new one. I just got it.
I
Yay.
think that's against TOS.
Wait, really?
I
It's-
believe
showing
need
hips is against
I think-
TOS.
I think showing feet is against TOS.
Yes.
The
Actually, it
communist
looks pretty-
one is what
the
I'm
camera
hearing.
looks good.
It was for a while at least.
To be fair, they
Looks
got
like
rid
okay
of a
right now.
lot of that stuff, and now it's just like they suppress, like they allow it, but they suppress things
Well,
that are like
it's
sexual
because
in nature.
it's because whoever the Twitch CEO wants to be a fucking weirdo. So
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
He wants to show.
Let
his
me
feet
put
on
it this
camera.
way: like one time I was trying to find like something to watch on, I'm so glad my desk faces a corner because basically, like at one point on Twitch, like this was before they suppressed they suppressed this content, but after they allowed it, where it's all like, and that's why I know it's a thing. Anyway, I was searching for something to watch, and I ran into a stream titled "Naked Shower Jumping Jacks."
yeah,
Okay then.
Twitch is a bad website.
Dear viewers, do not
So-
listen to these communists. This is exactly what the founding fathers intended.
Yeah. So I was all like,
Which is
I
a bad
am
website.
Shower
I've definitely
jumping
voted.
jacks.
And then I'm like, well, go into YouTube because I don't want that to appear. I don't want anyone to see anything like that again. And then I found out they like literally like a week or two later changed it so that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
You
Hi,
actually have
everybody.
to do searches related to that kind of content to get that kind of content.
Welcome, of course, once again to A Frosty Job, the latest in the Artifact Runner series. Technically the first in the Artifact Runner series, because it'll be a series eventually at some point in time. I'm planning on it.
There's like a couple books
I know.
or a couple APs. This one is, I'll call it interesting
It's,
and of the time.
yeah, this is definitely like early 2000s to like 2010s kind of region of writing. Because I think, when was 4th edition out? Oh, no.
There are 4th edition was earlier than
Like 30
That's
BC,
early.
right?
that's early 2000s. There's definitely been some bits of this adventure that I'm like, huh, you really wrote that, huh?
October 2005. So yeah, so this is
Really wrote
definitely
that.
like late 2000s.
Isn't that when Julius Caesar got stabbed? That's so
Yeah.
fucking long ago.
Yeah. And so the
No,
book
that's when,
definitely
it's when
has
Julia
aged.
Childs got stabbed.
Oh,
Oh no! I believe I've been stabbed. Oh no!
damn it! Not again.
Not
Was she
again.
stabbed with butter?
A butter knife. Oh god, a butter knife.
That is a utensil, yes.
Oh my god. Anyway, now that we've got that hopefully out of our systems, I have a new webcam. I think I said that, but hopefully it works.
It looks good.
You look a little bit more blue, but other than that, you look fine.
Look, I'm probably going to
Uh,
eventually play around with
so
settings
open
at some point in time.
Yeah,
twitch.tv
you're an avatar guy.
/ the Dracovin
Well,
Empire.
that might just because he's wearing a blue shirt and the light reflecting.
Probably, and there's some auto adjust that's happening.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
I'm
adjust the levels after.
I'm just gonna have to play
No,
around with it. Figure it
no,
out.
no. Like I'm just saying it's like very slight tint, and I noticed. Okay, it's not like it's bad.
Yeah. So, as your great GM here, I have gotten a prompt for everybody to work off of, as we kind of have do, but I will need everybody to roll a d20 to figure out who goes in order. Will d20 be the best dice to roll? I don't know, but I've been sticking with it. And
You
it
gotta
turns out
stop
not to
this.
be.
You gotta stop talking, Tantus. You every time you start talking, this happens.
12.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I re-rolled mine.
Okay.
Did I not run? Where's There we go.
I'm 12
Oh,
points.
15.
We
Oh,
won't
wow.
get
So,
any repeats
fortunately,
on
that 15 is
D1D.
earlier than the 12 tie. So it looks like it's going to
Oh
be...
wait, did I?
You didn't.
I
Yeah,
did
you
not.
hadn't rolled, so
So,
you're
well, no.
first.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So me and Naomi re-rolled.
Yeah. Jesse, Wyrm,
Oh, I
Momo,
see.
Joe looks to be the order of what we're going to be going.
Okay.
So, our prompt today is the scenario is some kind of critter is outside the shack, is trying to get in. Jesse,
Why am I in a shack?
why aren't you in a shack?
Right at home.
It's Nox's house.
We're in Knox's house.
House in heavy quotes.
It's got maybe 4 walls and maybe a roof.
Squatters' rights.
Does it have a floor?
It doesn't have any ghouls inside of it, so
No,
True,
it doesn't.
it could be worse.
Does it have a goose?
yeah, it
No,
doesn't.
Goose Howard
Or is that what's
abandoned me.
outside?
Well, the
Minnie,
goose
do not
that
eat
could
that
be
spider.
Goose Howard. He's back.
Goose Howard. Goose Howard's just sitting out there directing the critter.
It's got a knife in its mouth, like the
Mm,
dog from
Mm.
Dark Souls.
There
good.
we go. So, Jessie, you're first. We'll turn it over to you.
Yeah,
Go
I know, right?
punch
This is like
that
the first
animal,
time
I
this has
guess.
happened on Frosty Job. Yeah, I'm Jesse. I'm playing Nox Knuckles Donovan. I really want to get the drop on this, so I'm going to just like crash through the door, elbow first, to try and give this critter the creature's elbow, the people's elbow.
God damn.
I
Okay,
just-
Kool-Aid man.
This could be
Sick.
like a child like begging for like food or money or something, and they're getting
Like-
obliterated.
like, when I say critter, I assume it's some kind of like supernatural thing that's got powers. But even if it was just like a bear outside that was aggressively tagging the door,
Well,
just imagine
yeah, that wouldn't
Nox
change.
bursting out and like elbowing a
Dude,
bear.
that might scare the bear away, to be fair.
Yeah, whether it's like a ghoul or bear or homeless child, that would not change
Look.
Nox's decision-making
are you-
process.
When you break through the door, do you yell, "Oh yeah"?
Look,
Oh
it's-
yeah, brother!
It's
Well,
a
I'm
fire.
not Kool-Aid man, but okay.
Look, it's a fire ant. Why is it called that? Well, it breathes fire.
No fuck.
What will happen? I don't know. That would come down to the rolls. We're not working about that right now.
One
So
of
it
my many
sounds like
weaknesses, fire.
Nox is going down to the roll of the dice and wrestling some kind of monstrosity outside of the
It's just a weasel.
Thank God. It's really.
Oh, no, it's
hopefully
Spinor.
it wouldn't be like
Wyrm.
a dragon or something.
Turn things over to you.
I'm Diamond Dorm, and I play Ari Sharpeye, a shifter, a hawk shifter, sniper. So just in a shed, and there's something prowling outside. That's the premise again, right?
Yeah, you're in a shed. There's a critter outside.
And a hole in the door, apparently.
24-inch
Yeah. After a guy crashed through it.
I mean, I'll
Elbow
try.
first.
Well, I mean, in there's somewhere feel like we're all together. This is one of those ones where I feel like we're all in a different shed.
Yeah, it's just a line of sheds.
A line of sheds.
And a line of critters.
And a lot
It's
of
a line of
critters.
outhouses.
Oh.
Let's see. I mean, I'd like to peek outside if I can.
Well, it seems as though it's attacking the door.
Okay.
What door? No, I'm kidding.
Probably wouldn't be easy to
I
do.
Use,
Cracks open a cold one.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
one of my
brother.
I think one of my snipers has thermal, so I'll try and instead of just opening the door to see it, I'll use thermal to see it.
Ooh,
Thermal's
okay.
a
You're
good
gonna try to see the heat about it. The creature that's in front of you. It's a large creature, the critter is at very least probably like, bear sized or bigger.
Yeah,
Oh.
I do have thermographic vision on one of my scopes.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, I can see it. I have a sniper. I pull the trigger.
Fair. Hell yeah.
Well, that might go well. It might not. That's not to determine right now. So we turn it over to Momo.
Hello, I'm Momo. You may know me from such shows as Discussing Tabletop and that one pirate game. Hi, I'm playing Naomi the elf, who is technically yet to reveal her actual name, but I think Dantis knows it 'cause it's on the sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I attempt to use my really high animal handling stat to calm it down, and if that doesn't work, I use the armor-piercing revolver that fires, like 10-gauge slugs.
This bear never stood a chance, so yeah.
Maybe it'll go well.
The
maybe it
downside
won't.
of your
Shoot.
play,
If you're looking
downside
for
of-
the name, it's It's in the notes section on page 1.
The downside
I
of
was
your
trying
weapon
to because I couldn't remember honestly.
is that if it doesn't kill it, there's a much bigger hole than with my weapon.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's why I'm de-escalating first.
Of course,
De-escalating.
de-escalate. Very de-escalate.
That's how you know she's no longer a cop.
Yep.
She knows how to de-escalate.
De-escalate.
Oh please, cops know how to de-escalate if the person's white.
Sure.
And finally, Joe, we'll turn it over to you.
I am Joe. I play Alucard, aka Pause. Is there a window?
Just
There's a
leaves.
boarded up window.
Leaves.
Is it on the same side as the door?
We'll say it's on the wall next to the door.
Bro, what is this Project Zomboid ass house?
There's what's there, the window, two windows, all both boarded up on either side.
Both facing the same way, though.
No, they're opposite sides. Like it's sort of like if you say the doors in the front, then to your left and right are boarded up windows in this kind of shack.
Okay, so there's windows on the sides.
Yes, window on the sides, I'd say.
Okay. I'm going to both of my mosquitoes emit their sounds at
Ooh.
the door.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to use my hearing to filter out that sound. So I'm unaffected. And I'm going to try to get out the window, squeeze out the, take one of the boards down and squeeze out the window on the side that's further away from the door.
Okay, so
Coward.
you're just gonna try to run away? Okay, try to make some noise.
Why the hell am I
distraction, get
gonna?
away.
I don't know, send
fight some
your
weird thing.
10 AK-47 dogs at it.
You get back here and stunt the local ecology like a real man.
I'm stunning the hell out of it while I get away.
So you'll try to get away out into the woods because no one asked. The area here was abandoned shack in the middle of the woods was the actual description. I'm surprised no one asked where it
Nox
was.
Nox is gonna recreate that one scene from The Revenant.
Oh yeah, where he gets mauled by a bear.
I'm gonna go climb a tree. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go climb a tree and then call my van in for backup.
God, that's yes, truly, you will defeat this creature. Which
kind of
really
a pattern.
I like
One
it.
runs away, one de-escalates, and the other two attack. That's been kind of a pattern, hasn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
I like the
That's all-
suggestion that like
well,
the
hey,
creature
Nox.
the creature is here and it's not really here to attack you. It's like in the chat there the drink monologue. I just imagine it's like here to sell you like soda.
Yeah.
Behold my face upon your soda. You will come and enjoy my alcoholic beverages, or you shall be destroyed by my might as a beast of the woods. I have gained the intelligence of man, and know the way to conquer you is through the drink market.
Everyone's got to make a living.
True.
It's just like now it's just like an intelligent bear with like a hat and a monocle that you're fighting.
Yeah,
I mean, my guy is not a one-on-one
Look,
fighter.
It's just
Well,
one of
we
those
might
top
need
hats and a
to, you know,
monocle.
I'm
we
gonna
might
run
need some
away
cool
and get my
drinks, you
backup
know?
and have that come in and take care of it.
I don't cotton kindly to PepsiCo representatives around these parts.
Look,
It's a
it's
Pepsi
good
Cup
that this bear
representative.
showed
I
up.
at least determined that it was some kind of bear creature before I took
Yeah,
a
that's
shot.
true.
Yeah.
I know, really like that. It's just like it's the evil, super intelligent polar bear from Pepsi
Well,
that has
you
come
know,
to
some-
destroy you. For you
No,
have done something to
Coca-Cola, yeah.
oppose its
I just wanted to know
monopoly
why
on the
hell
drink
shack
market
in
of the
woods.
world.
We're on vacation.
It's
I
like-
would not go on vacation to the shack in the woods.
Sometimes it's healthy to like untechnology yourself sometimes.
Look,
No,
I feel like
it's
everybody
not for
convinced you
me.
to come out to like, a nice like area of the woods where you're like hanging out by a lake or something, and it just so
Yeah.
happened to go all
No, no,
horror
no.
movie and you ended up
So-
running into the woods into the shack or something.
Yeah, no, I
Nox,
I don't
Nox
do that.
invited us out. Hard cut to the cabin from Evil Dead.
I would say no thank you unless it had has full
Get to the
electronic
cabin from
control
evil.
models.
I'd say
Probably
there,
is how it
Mortal.
would
You've
go,
apparently come
actually.
upon my operation to create the evilest of all sodas and drinks. You shall be destroyed and ground.
That would really be how it goes. Nox, you guys hang out with Nox for one time outside of work, and we're swarmed by fucking ghouls and demons.
Me when I'm in a world of darkness game and playing a werewolf, crack open the cold
Considering
one.
how much Nox likes to collect animals, I'm not going to the woods with him.
That's not fair. Yeah, no, that is actually fair.
Let the man have hobbies.
Exactly.
He's
God
gonna
forbid
just try
men
to
do anything.
kidnap all the woodland animals.
He's a Disney princess.
Exactly. See, someone gets it.
Look, now at some point in time, I'm really actually going to have to use Evil Soda Bear as a villain somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to
That
do it.
is a fucking like. I mean, that's a dude that just exists in this universe, right?
I wouldn't
It's
doubt
like a
it.
bear shifter.
Yeah, that works for
It's actually
fucking.
a Sasquatch. It just everyone mistakes it for a bear.
It works for PepsiCo.
That's
He's just
gonna be my World of
really into
Darkness
his job as
character.
a PepsiCo
Oh
representative.
God! Wait, is it a polar bear then?
Yes,
I
it's Polar Bear.
fucking hope not.
It's
That's
a
not a fight Nox
Coca-Cola bear.
wins.
No, it's a Coca-Cola bear. It's a polar bear.
It's a Polar Bear.
You know, Nox he's got this.
Maybe, hopefully. This is yet another scenario where everyone else survives and Nox fucking dies in a
That seems to be
gruesome
most
manner.
of them, honestly.
Yeah, true. And it's always his fault.
I've now that we've created a supervillain for some other time.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the next Fall of Avonswell campaign, and the fucking main boss is a PepsiCo polar bear.
You're gonna get fucking choke slammed by a bear.
By a bear.
No, it's an awakened bear that makes potions.
I'm gonna cry.
Behold, I will create the
It's an
potions that
alchemist.
I will create all the potions that everyone will wish to imbibe. They will gain great wonder and power from it, and they will want all from me. I will be the only one provided for. Then they will see me as their true god and ruler.
You can't handle my strongest Pepsi Max.
Anyway, last week, things happened. You basically got into some shenanigans with some ghouls, planned out what you're going to be doing at the auction, and effectively have arrived and gotten to the auction. So now we have, of course, everybody having arrived at your auction site. You do have some chance to either possibly plan out what your plan is at the auction, either a little bit beforehand or during it, at when you have that kind of wait up for the actual auction to stop. Or start up, sorry, not stop. But let me know what your plan is for that, if you want to kind of organize your thoughts once you are in monkey suits, rich outfits, or, you know, once you've arrived at the building where you have your private room, and I'm putting quotations on that private.
I find that very racist to call these monkey suits.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
He's from a different time.
You're
You
on
have to
thin
understand.
ice.
I mean, any suit Alucard wears is a monkey suit.
Sure. Is it cultural appropriation for other people to wear suits?
What if I
don't
actually
think
wear a
so.
monkey costume?
Then you're a monkey.
That'd be like, wouldn't that be like a normal guy wearing a human costume?
Yeah.
That'd be like
I think
Bryan
that's just-
Cranston
well,
wearing
no,
the
I
Walter White
think that's
mask.
just, which I think is just called cosplay.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
I
who
get a Diddy
cosplays
Kong
normal
costume.
people?
That's,
Man,
that's
I can't wait to get a
dude,
Well,
costume.
cosplay are
fucking
normal people
Dave
dressed up
from
as other
Accountant.
normal people.
That's ape face. You can't do that.
That's ape face is wild. Insane sentence.
Oh, that sounds like an even worse way of describing the issue.
No! The views of
can't
Ari
wear
do not
ape
reflect the
face.
views of this channel.
Anyway, yes.
So-
See you on Kick, everyone.
See you on Kick. Yeah, we're gonna get fucking banned. Unlucky.
Ugh.
Yeah, what is our plan with this auction?
Yeah, because unless you're really good at sneaking a weapon in,
Mm.
I don't think we can bring any weapons.
Well,
That's actually a
no,
good
no,
question. Are weapons like not allowed?
me and Ari are going as guards, right? That was the whole thing. Surely
Private guards should probably have small firearms just in case, but nothing major.
Yeah, like Ari can't bring their
So
fucking sniper, but
I would probably, since Nox, I guess, is gonna be a quote unquote bodyguard, I would give Nox my smaller pistol.
It would be
yeah, I'll carry
assumed
it.
that
Mostly-
you basically like register it and people would know that it's there.
Yeah. I give
Yeah.
you my pistol with the explanation of if things get bad, you give me this back.
okay. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, the problem is I don't have anything smaller.
That's a good point. Does Alucard have a gun, or does he only use
I
his
have,
gun?
I do have a gun. I have a light pistol.
You might be able to borrow that off of Alucard.
I have.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Or is like all your points in like not heavy weaponry, but like sniping.
All of it is in long arms, but that's the
Mm.
thing. Even defaulting would be.
That's still a lot of dice.
Fair.
Let me see. I have
Like,
an
as long as
Ares
you
Light
have-
Fire 70 pistol.
Like as long as you have something to roll, it wouldn't be that bad.
Look, I mean, I roll 8 dice on a pistol, but I'm pretty sure Ari beats that with not having points.
I
in
wear
it.
12. I rolled 12 dice on a pistol.
Yeah.
yeah.
So my defaulting is an 8.
Okay. It's not bad.
Although I didn't know Ari was going as one of the security guards.
I thought you
Yeah.
two were going as security.
Was it
Yeah.
Alucard? I thought
Nox
it was.
and
I thought it
I
was
thought-
Alucard for some reason.
I thought it was. Well, here's the thing. I don't think we're limited to 2.
Well, it's just we know Alucard and Nox have to because they don't look like corporate.
Well,
Yeah,
You blend
also,
in better
I-
as security.
we will not fit in.
also I don't talk.
You
well.
would. I assume Alucard, you just stay in the hotel room because
The issue.
you can do
Oh,
computer stuff
wait.
up here with drones.
Yeah, true.
Oh, in the room you're given, yes.
Yeah.
The office
Yeah.
that you're given at Golden. Yeah.
That would maybe make sense, especially
makes
having
sense.
you outside of combat, because I don't know how good you would be if it came down to that.
I mean, I'm like I said, I get 12 dice for my.
Yeah, I know you
pistol,
wouldn't
so
be
I'm not
like
bad,
completely
but-
useless, but I feel like as soon as someone hits you, you're getting like
Oh,
evaporated.
let's be real. That's if you're just a Shadowrun character, you get plugged once, you're gone.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
a
true.
body of 3.
Yeah, you'd get annihilated. Actually, any of you would. Not me. I'm
Although
I'm
my since I rented the tuxedo with bulletproof
true.
armor, I actually have a decent AC right now.
Well, if
Yeah,
I,
that's a good
I
point.
mean, if I can, I think I put the wrong armor value in for this dress. Hold on. Let me just Google this. I think if I have time to prep, I can cast an armor spell on myself and be fine.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, we will have
Uh,
time in the hotel room. I'm just-
No, well, I
Yeah,
can't
true.
cast it because it's visible magic armor.
Oh,
It's
That's
not
fair.
invisible. It gives off like visuals, so I can't just have it on me. I don't.
Got
I
it.
mean,
You would need to duck down and be like, "Ooh."
I need to get behind something and cast a spell, and then I'd be good.
yeah. If I'm going as a guard, would I be allowed to wear my armored vest, or do I have to stick with the suit? I don't know how conspicuous guards are.
What kind of
allowed to
armored
be.
vest is it?
Let me open
you
something
can-
again.
You can wear a suit and an armored vest at the same
Yeah.
time.
Well, no, I'm
So-
aware of that, but I think this would go. I
Yeah, you just
usually
get-
wear it under my hoodie because my hoodie's bulkier, but this is a more form-fitting suit.
well, that's the thing. Like,
You could have got a suit that gives you enough room under it to have. The
Yeah,
vest.
because like, assumedly it's a Kevlar vest, so.
Yeah, I mean, you would just probably get like a size up in the chest.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair. Let me open up drink here.
Mhm. yeah, that way you can buy one with less armor, which might be cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, because my suit's an armor rating of 6. My vest is 9. Just in case I don't want to get, murdered.
Well, remember, you shouldn't have a problem because you have a lot of strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for the actual plan, I think I'm gonna see how's Frosty doing.
She
How's
is.
she looking? Because she kamehameha a bunch of ghouls.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
not doing
true.
terribly. She's recovered a little bit, but not a lot. She hasn't had a lot of chance to relax with everything going on.
Yeah, I'm worried that if we would get into a fight, she'd wear herself out even more or even hurt herself. But we do need her to come.
Because
Yeah.
I would think I would be willing to be the face of the auction, the one making the in-person bids. If we do that route.
Okay.
Oh,
So you got the armor vest that's 9. That
Yes.
does 9.
Remember, there's
Okay,
also multiple locations we could be at.
This
Yeah.
modern flexible wrap vest is designed to be worn under regular clothing without displaying any bulk.
Oh, okay. And does the armor? Because my suit is also armored. Does that stack with the vest or no?
No.
You get the better of the two.
You get
Yeah,
the
you
better
get
of
the
the
better
two.
of the two.
The
'cause they're
only
the
thing
same
that's
bonus.
the only thing that stacks is spell plus armor.
Or helmets
there-
and stuff like that. If
Yeah,
it's
there are-
something that gives a
helmets,
plus
yes.
bonus.
But I don't think you're gonna be able to wear a helmet here.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
If it's something that
Yeah.
gives a plus bonus, then it
Mhm.
stacks. If not,
What if I
it
go in
doesn't.
wearing the SpongeBob like karate helmet? Would I be able to do that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
there's a
they'd
limit.
be amused.
It would be like
And
the-
at this point in time wearing like for us like a Betty Boop helmet because it'd be that
Yeah,
old.
Yeah,
in
SpongeBob
comparison.
is like vintage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Making references.
You know what? Actually, SpongeBob's probably still going.
Fucking true. Viacom
The
will not let
Simpsons
that
is
shit
probably
die.
still going.
To this
And-
to this day, Hillenberg is writhing in his
They
grave.
eventually
and-
just replaced all the character actors with AI voices.
Also true.
So is Doctor Who.
Also true.
That's an easy one.
And
Who?
another Star Wars trilogy.
Doctor Who?
Oh, they're on like the 10th at this point.
What, the 10th trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Probably.
10th trilogy.
Oh yeah, this is like centuries into the future.
It's not that long. It's only been like,
No, it's
not
only like
70 years.
2060 or some shit.
it's only like
Yeah.
Only like
2070 once.
2075,
wow.
2070.
Yeah,
it's
2075.
only. Oh man, I was thinking of a different thing.
Yeah, it's like half a century.
Okay, so they're
in
probably
the
on their
future.
13th trilogy then.
Mm-hmm. Certainly speaking, like with where the corporations went in the Shadowrun timeline, they would milk it a lot more than we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, what is this? Back to the Future, the Jaws franchise?
We gotta go see the doc.
Jaws
is Alec-
15.
So is Alucard coming with us, or is he staying behind in the room?
Well, the thing is,
Well,
it's
he's
when I
coming
say
with
room,
us,
I
but
mean
he'll
is
go
you're
to
all
the-
heading to Global Sandstorm, and then there is rooms that you were given that you could use. The thing
Yeah,
is,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, we already
from the
traveled
sounds
here.
of it, it is an option to be in the room, but probably the majority of people will probably be on the auction grounds. It's just a few people might be a little bit more private, just in case. But
Yeah.
but you've seen that most of these people probably are going to at least
They-
have some kind of representative out there to like showboat a lot. They might keep
They want
like,
to be seen.
yeah.
And don't forget, we got to embarrass the Aztecs.
No, I'm leaving that up
Yes.
to you guys. I don't plan
Well-
on dying.
To be fair, like I said, I have a plan because we need to embarrass them. And my plan is we get someone else to do the embarrassing,
Oh yeah, I'm not saying we have to do it directly. I'm saying
either through manipulation or a spell.
I don't.
mind
I don't.
control someone. to put
Well,
pants
here's the
one of 'em.
thing. Naomi definitely doesn't feel comfortable casting spells in this building. That
That's
feels like
fair,
she might
actually.
get kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aren't there,
well,
yeah,
not- not
surely
to-
there are ways to detect magic
Not
easily.
not to mention they probably have spirits around.
Hmm.
Yeah.
so good old trickery. Got it.
Now I could use my commanding voice to do that since that's an adept power, but
So
That might
I
be
have
more
an ad-
useful
and
elsewhere.
I have an adept tower where I can mimic other people's voices.
That might be able to come in useful. It's good for subterfuge.
So like we have options.
we
But
got
I'm just
options
saying
for
that's So we'll have to evaluate a little bit more. I just think that's the better plan is to trick people into embarrassing them so we're not on the hit list.
it. As for like the actual option, do we think we can even win it? What's like the budget we have?
Frosty
Yeah,
will be
that's a
like,
good question.
we have about 1 million Nuyen that we can bid up to. While
Okay.
that is a lot, you are correct that there might be an offer that we don't know that who's here. There might be someone who, honestly speaking, has better interest and has more money, and they're gonna have to come up with some kind of plan after that.
Like DMs.
Yes.
So we steal it from them and beat
Also,
them up.
whoever's bidding will give us an idea of what kind of threats we'll have, regardless of whether we win or something else.
That's a good point.
How secure will this auction? We don't really have a hacker.
Yeah.
I was gonna recommend that, like, maybe
Yeah,
we can make
I
someone's.
could try, but I
Wait,
Maybe-
actually
I
no,
think,
but you do have
alarms.
you do have electronic warfare, so perhaps if someone's trying to outbid us, we can maybe make a glitch happen.
If
True.
they're bidding in
I could
person, that's not going to work, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
only if they're bidding from the room.
That's true. If they're bidding from a room, though, that is an option, and I think it's something we should keep in our back pocket.
But the thing is, also, if they're bidding in person, they might still have someone in the room who's being like, yeah, it's approved to go up to this. I could try to see if I can block the signal.
No, it's not bad.
It's an option.
Of course, I'm sure. I'm sure. You know, some of these corpos are going to have their own hackers that are high quality. That
Most likely, either the Oni or Sandstorm are going to have hackers on site. I doubt they
Oh,
allow
I
for
assume.
anybody
I
else.
assume if we mess with the auction itself in this way, we'll be on the Oni's hit list, and we'll need to get out quick. But we just need to get the map before they discover that it was us.
or whoever gets it, we then trail them and
It might
if
be
we
easier
fail,
to take
yes.
it from them, honestly, if we
Yeah.
can't win it.
trying to do it actually here is going to be
Well,
more difficult.
Obviously, okay. If we think it's a bad idea to mess with the electronics, then let's.
I can also work the room and try and coerce people to bid against each other on other things.
Working
Or-
down some money isn't a
also
bad
try
idea.
to convince people to bid, like, if the map is last, try to convince people to bid on other items so they have less.
Oh yeah, try to like
Oh yeah,
trick them into bidding higher.
Yeah, raise bids higher.
Mhm.
That's always risky, but it's doable. Because you might be stuck with the bill.
Well, you have your mimicry, and Naomi has their commanding voice. You might
That's-
be able to help with, you know.
That is a little trickier, but possible.
But if you guys get in a jam where no one else is like bidding anymore, and you need someone to, you could try to pull out that as a trump. But it also depends on how people bid. I mean, if you don't vocally bid, then, you know, using, you know, mimicry is not going to work.
Traditionally, most folks in an auction like this, if they're just raising, meeting the bid for the
paddle.
next ones, they just raise their paddle or what the appropriate thing that they'll have, their hand and stuff. At
Yeah.
least. Only if they want to jump the bids up higher will they say something.
Yeah, usually the auctioneer is the one raising the price, but
But you could be like,
do-
hey, 5,000 over here.
yes, you can call to jump the price. That is-
Assuming they're not doing it just electronically.
Yeah.
Because if people are bidding from their rooms, obviously they're not going to be raising a paddle.
Do you know if there's someone who would specifically want us to not get something? Like, for example, like they'll try and bid with us on anything we try to bid.
I don't know if we have any direct opponents here. I'm unsure how many are aware of who we are even here or who we represent.
I just know you could do it. I just know sometimes there's the tactic of getting them to think you want something else really badly.
True.
But and then you can get them to spend all their money on that. But that might be hard to do.
Ooh, what if it's Honky Tonk? You think Honky Tonk's gonna be there?
No, I do
No.
not think your honky tonk will be here.
Goose
You
Howard
say that
on the other hand.
now? No way Goose Howard would show up. He wouldn't do that.
Goose Howard's like in the front row, bids a
He's
million
Dude,
dollars for
yeah.
rubbing his wings together like a fly.
So large. I'll have to
Yeah, I
work on
noticed that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I did not realize that would be that large on the screen.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
First time chatter,
I didn't see.
huh? What the hell?
Someone gave 10 bits. And it was massive on the screen.
That's so big. Why is it that size?
I don't know.
Good question.
Alerts aren't that large,
Weird.
but the bits are massive.
So strange.
Maybe something
It is
reset
what it
somewhere.
is.
It's been
I
a
don't
while since
know,
got some
man.
bits.
I didn't see it because I
Oh, that
Yeah.
one's like normal now.
It's still pretty big on the
Yeah.
screen there for the
That's pretty
for the
big.
bits. Yeah,
That is weird. Oh, well.
yeah.
Maybe the more you give, the bigger it is.
Maybe.
It's not a lot of bits. It's just a lot of one bits.
I genuinely don't know how like any Twitch stuff works. So
that's what she
Yeah,
said.
I don't.
That's
I
what
think it
she
might be a
said.
stream.
I haven't
Could be a
streamed in
Streamlabs
like
thing.
6 years.
Look, I probably play around with some
Yeah.
settings that I haven't played around with or got reset at some point in time that I forgot about.
Yeah.
Thank you for the bits, I
yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so you can certainly head to the auction site then officially. We'll kind of say that this was a discussion you were having in between
Yeah.
getting your outfits and actually going over to the auction site. When you initially, you've got the van secured, you've got your acquired, they're technically not stolen, Okudas, like out front of the building that may or may not be like towed away by
They
the
are
time
like
you come
also
back.
covered in ghoul bits.
They are
Yeah.
really disgusting. At this
They're
point.
not my problem.
Yeah, I mean, if they get towed away, they get towed away. If we need to make a quick escape, I'm calling the van and telling
Their owner.
I'm
got
telling the
eBay,
van to meet
so-
us outside.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's probably better.
It would
idea.
just take some time.
A little bit of time. So certainly you can head to auction. So the building itself is an impressive corporate office. As you've seen a few corporate offices around here, I can't say it's any more impressive than the other ones you've seen, but it does have a certain flair to it that does stand out a little bit here. The Global Sandstorm building is impressive, as it is more of a building that, certainly speaking, has probably deeper connections than any of the buildings you've been here to already. When you stopped by, of course, Jason's place, the Ares Arms. Yeah, that was an impressive building, but Global Sandstorm is directly tied with the Oni in oil, and it shows. This is like, that was an impressive building. This is a couple steps above it, you know, of niceness of the entire thing, and great things here too. As you kind of arrive and head into, you'll be kind of led to a man who seems to be kind of taking information and approving of the tickets, the things that you were given to by the Oni to get into the entire place. So he'll kind of be checking it over, kind of checking over, like taking a look over you, checking weapons, having like some scanners go over you, kind of like making sure that, you know, anybody that's your guards get registered. So it takes a little bit of time of him kind of like taking a look over you, this very serious individual kind of looking over you, this elven man. And as after he's done, he's like allows you to go into an elevator behind him, which will take you on an express up to the 34th floor. The 34th floor is beyond anything probably any of you have seen. You are entering a world completely different. It was like entering Jason's office was like a different world entirely. But it was like, it felt very corporate world that maybe some of you have seen before here and there over the years, because that was Jason, very, mid-level management kind of character, This is upper management. It's hardwood floors glowing under dozens of crystal lights. In one corner of the massive room here, you'll be kind of assigned to these like sets of offices, as there's like kind of main opening room, and then an area where they're set up with a bunch of like chairs and stuff in front of a stage with a podium. But in the one corner, there seems to be this kind of quartet of string instrument playing people doing some soft melodies. There's an elegant buffet of aperitifs kind of set along on one side. There's a waiter that seems to be going around with champagne in crystal flutes, kind of offering them to guests, little finger foods and things like that, kind of going around here. And those of you that have AR, it is fully enabled here. As much as out in Lagos, there's little bits here and there in some of the more settled areas and certain areas like some of the markets. Most of Lagos is very dead when it comes to AR, something that probably, I'm not going to lie, pause, you were probably the one that's getting hit by this the most. You probably deal with AR
I
all the time.
always have my AR on.
Yeah, so you kind of know that.
My glasses also have.
Yeah, so the two of you would kind of know, like, when you're back in Seattle, even in the grungier points in times, AR is all over the place. There are advertisements for stuff. If you're going by a bar, there's something out front. Maybe you can check the menu or something like that, or what drink specials there are, things like that. Shops will have stuff in front. Various people will have things turning out here. But Lagos has just been this kind of dead zone of a lot of this. And it's in full blown everywhere, with things of various stuff, of displays of the items, basically, in this kind of milling about area, kind of that's kind of this large kind of almost so you almost see the room in like two halves, where you have the one half where the actual auction will take place with the seats and the stage and the podium, and the back half, which is kind of more almost like I would call it would be like a ballroom floor, but no one's dancing. It's kind of that area for various people to milling about and basically wheeling and dealing or talking shop with a lot of these various people here, all in their various finery. But certainly speaking, there's also this kind of floating above you displays of all the various items with little bits of information about them, and a interesting like almost cityscape of AR that kind of fills the floor of the entire Lagos region below you, except it's almost kind of like cleaned up. It almost feels like a lot of the ways it makes everything look very nice, a very pasteurized version of Lagos that kind of fills the floor that you're kind of walking around almost here. This is civilization in many ways to those of you that have not had the that has the AR experience, but it's a weird civilization too, because in Seattle and most civilized areas where there's a lot of AR, there's a lot of spam. There's a lot of AR spam. Like things all over the place. There's none of that here. It's just so that it's this uncanniness that's different in many ways. Anyway, the quartet will be doing their various songs. The various people were there. As I said, there are all kinds of little like appetizer drinks and champagne going around. And certainly speaking, you can be led to your room if you want to leave anybody there. But you can see a lot of people and their guards are there. What you would count, there's most of the people that, would be out there. There may be only a few that are probably just using the rooms and not out and about. Majority of people are probably, out here. And the small kind of like meeting office areas aren't particularly large. It's just enough for like, a small desk and kind of sitting area, and basically a basic hookup to the matrix there, if you'd want to get hooked in there with the table. Everything is very cut and dry and very sterile in the little offices. Made to be the easiest little bit there, that if you don't want to, get on the matrix there, you certainly can.
I'm gonna grab a glass of champagne on the way to our room and a couple of hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. The waiter will kind of give you a kind of look, because you're probably just taking it. He's like, kind of like that kind of like snooty kind of look.
I grab the glass with my tail.
Mm-hmm.
Unsanitary.
Hey, it's prehensile. I grab things with it all the time.
You're still covered in fur.
Yeah.
So my hands are covered in fur too.
I expected better.
Yeah, it doesn't. That makes your character more gross, I think.
Shower in a can.
That's different.
Anyway.
You smell like Axe body spray all the time.
First of all, yeah, nah, it's
you're,
fair.
you're probably not wrong. I gotta be honest. I
He's
think like
still-
Yeah,
Shaman is just
I can't even
Axe
deny
body
it.
spray. That probably just is what it is. It's just like
Smells like a high schooler.
This is Old Spice. I don't give a shit what the name is. You smell broke regardless.
It's not Old Spice, it's Ancient Spice.
back in my day, the spice was flowing. Grumble, grumble. Spice must flow. Grumble, grumble. Hey, so what is your plan? There is, as I said, a lot of people that seem to be milling about, chatting with each other, various people that know each other, kind of like speaking. You can definitely see that many of the people have, whether or not they directly have it, you can kind of see many of the more important people have probably bodyguards shadowing them in many ways. And certainly speaking, there's many of the people that you had seen, of course, at the event over at the Oni's Palace. They are here too, but there is a bunch of other people here too, some which stand out a little bit more than others. Of course, there is the group from As Technology. Of course, there is, though you do not see him, the Apis Consortium, the woman that was with Samuel, he is here too. And of course, Majay is here, speaking with some individuals. And many of the others that you had seen when you were looking at here, Dr. Smith, as I said, Catherine, who was with Samuel, the African man who was very boisterous, seems to be being very loud once again and speaking with some people. He seems to be speaking with a couple of people that look very corporate and stuff like that. And someone that, Ari recognizes is here. Ellen's here, speaking with some people.
Okay.
No one seems to take notice of any of you at this point in time, though I will note.
Yeah, that's fair.
So who else did we see?
Pretty much all the people from the Oni's place with a bunch of other people too.
Okay.
There is from probably some people that you would assume might be representatives of Global Sandstorm, whether or not they're participating in it. They seem to be here at least to schmooze up the people that are using their building a lot here. A couple of individuals that are most likely with the Oni, things like that. But there is, again, like probably about somewhere between 30 and 40 probably different groups that are here for the auction overall. You kind of had an idea about maybe a dozen of them originally. But there's a lot more here that, either went at different times to meet the things or basically had an idea what they wanted beforehand and came here without having to check out the items. Meow. Meow. That was an adorable adventure.
Oh, question. With with other groups that are here, is there anyone from Horizon, Amazonia, or Cedar Krupp?
Ooh. I'd say there's probably a representation of Cedar Krupp here. I don't think Horizon or Amazonia. Because Amazonia, isn't that a country, not a corporation? I'm trying to think of here.
It's a corporation, yeah. They're the three corporates that are like rivals with.
Well, Amazonia is. Amazonia isn't a corporation. Amazonia is a country. That
Isn't it just Brazil?
As technology and their country, Aslan, went to war with.
Oh,
Basically, because you remember, as technology has a country.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but if there's Cedar Krupp, I'm going to suggest maybe we can try to get something to happen between those two.
What are you doing? Knocking over stuff?
Yeah. I mean,
might be might be easier to get someone from someone from Cedar Krupp to embarrass someone from them.
Yes.
Do you think they'll care enough?
Depends
It's
on what
more
they're here for.
if using them to It's more just to
Like especially
keep
if
the
they're
heat off
bidding on
us.
like any similar objects.
That's fair, I guess.
You know, to take their enemy down a peg.
Not gonna lie though, a lot of people hate us technology. They're kind of dicks.
Yeah. But I'm
You know,
trying to like focus on someone who might have more of a beef.
True. Not a bad idea.
Actually, I just thought of another thing we could do to embarrass as technology. This is a bit, again, I think what we have is a better idea, but, you know, the whole thing where it's like I can make people's voices. If I could make someone, you know, make it look like they overbid, that could also be a way to embarrass them.
It also depends on, like I said, because if we have people bidding from rooms, it might be electronic bidding, so it might not be vocal. So that depends. We have to see how it actually. I'm sure there's going to be rules somewhere.
Look, the more ideas, the better.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So,
actually, is there any like with all the AR and stuff? Is there any list of rules on how bidding is going to be working tonight?
No, nothing is listing that particular.
Probably mixed bidding types.
Yeah, could be. Like you might have like phone bidders kind of thing. Like the people in the rooms might act like phone bidders, and you have someone who's on the floor that represents them.
Yeah.
There are a number of individuals that seem to be going in and out of some of the rooms too, but it does seem as though there is a large number of people schmoozing about in this area, you know, talking about various different things and working on various different things. Like the word schmooze.
You know what? I am going to wander the floor for a little bit. And use my ears to try to pick up any interesting tidbits.
Okay. Let's see here. What do I want you to roll for this one here? Let me take a look at some
look at my gear or cyberware here, because I have cyber ears.
Indeed.
That do they just have basics. They have basic sound link, and they have antennas that I can pull out to get better range. So I can record stuff, but yeah.
So my question would be, you can go about this in one of two ways, and I will say it's the difference between, I gotta be honest, one or two checks, but the two checks might be what you have to do because of the various skills that you want. The question is, how are you trying to blend in? Are you trying to hide in amongst the crowd? You know, what are you trying to do? Are you starting to be stealthy, or maybe you kind of blend in with the crowd?
I'm gonna try to be stealthy because I actually have stealth.
I was gonna probably say that's probably a good idea because the other one's probably charisma based. So
yeah. So I actually have stealth. So yeah.
So I need a stealth agility check in general. That I just need to get an idea about how stealthy you are. You probably don't have to be very stealthy in this entire area, but it's more like, you know, trying not to attract attention to the overall group here and see how well you can do it. I want a couple of successes at least to try to like keep out the eyes of general public in most things. There might be some people that noticed you.
There we go.
Yeah,
Sneaking, agility.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Just see how well you kind of like blend in with the crowds. 3's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so you managed to kind of like wander around the area, you know, kind of move around using a little bit of your size and your body shape, and also the fact that, you know, probably no one's really paying attention to you. You came in more as a bodyguard or something like that. It's just kind of wandering about the entire group. Can you also then give me a perception intuition check to see how well you kind of can notice what's going on here? If you have any bonuses to perceptions, you can apply them here. Hi, kitty. Yeah. You didn't want to be held, but now you're pet. You're silly girl. Like, no petting and holding me. I will get pets. Bye. She left. Another 3 successes. That's very good. So yeah, you'll be able to kind of like listen in on some groups and pick up a few things here and there. Certainly speaking, not everything is in English or language you know, which doesn't necessarily help. But listening around, you can kind of pick up on a couple of things. There are certain people that seem to want certain items that they kind of talk about. You get an idea of certain groups here too. If you kind of fiddle, are there anybody that you're particularly looking for? Just in general, I'll say,
I'm gonna try to stick towards like some of the bigger corporations.
Okay.
I have
Because
a
they probably
question.
have deeper pockets.
I just want to make sure that the Atlantean Foundation people are here as well as, and I'm curious if Samariel is as well.
It's the APEP Consortium.
APEP.
Which he said
Consortium?
they were here, but I think he said Samariel wasn't. We didn't see him.
Let me just check that.
I thought you said we saw Samariel.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm sorry. No, Atlantean Foundation is the
Yeah.
one. The APEP Consortium is a different
I
one.
knew it.
Let me just check them because they might be conflating something here.
Because I think we also have to live with the possibility if we get this, they're going to try and steal it from us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm like, I want to know where he is and if they're here.
And
'Cause
that guy could
they might
probably
just-
rip any of us in half.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, what I'm worried about is they're not even going to try.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
just going to steal it
Gotcha.
from whoever gets it. So the Atlantean Foundation is here.
The Atlantis Foundation is here. I was saying that Catherine, the woman that was with Samriel and APEP, an Atlantean is here. Oh, no. Sorry. It's something that I'd said that is kind of going on here. Sorry, is with Atlantean. I kind of got a couple groups mixed up here in my own words that I was getting here. Sorry. So, interesting here. Sorry.
'Cause, we haven't heard of APEP.
Technically, I had said it before, but I kind of missed it with something else. So I'm trying to figure out what I was saying. We'll keep it. I'm seeing here. No.
It's spelled really weirdly, which is why I can't find it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, it's even stranger than I thought, and I mixed up two different groups because they're both similar sounding names. So what's going on here is a lot weirder and deeper than it means. The Atlantean Foundation has Samriel with it. Catherine's from the APEP Consortium. They shouldn't be working together, but they are. They're two different groups.
Okay, what is the Apex Consortium?
Also it's a group of three companies that also has a deep field in archaeology, but they are behind traditionally with Atlantean Foundation and the DIMR, the Dunkelstein Institute of Magical Research. So those are the three main groups that are into archaeology and kind of what's going on now too.
But the only two that are here are the APEP and Atlantean.
Yes, but you only see Catherine now, but she was making deals with Samriel, so it's probably not perfectly unheard of for multiple of these groups to be working together. But it's not a traditional thing.
So we don't see Samariel or the Atlantean, but we do see APEP and Catherine, who they were talking to before.
They seem to be working together.
Okay, I have Catherine Silverroach written down. I just didn't get APEP's.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
I had mentioned that before, and I just confounded them because they're both A sounding. That I didn't spell this out correctly, unfortunately.
Got it.
I think someone complained about names, and it works on me too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of names.
There's a lot of names. I'm trying sometimes.
A lot of names.
Okay, let me put it this way. Like, I've been bolding names because there have been so many, just so I can more quickly pick out names.
Yes, I understand this.
And just so it's clear, I am recording what I'm hearing. So I can, especially if it's another language, we can check things out later.
Also, it is important to keep in mind, though, APEP is currently a subsidiary of MCT, though. Also keep that in mind. Mitsuhama Computer Technology. Mitsuhama Computer Technology.
Oh, okay.
They, as of 2070, had bought them out, and so they are a subsidiary of them now. So, though they would still be referred to as APEP because it's the subgroup of them, and they're still used because that's the kind of influence they have, especially here in the Mediterranean, Northern Africa. It is
Right.
they are technically now a subsidiary of Mitsuhama,
Yeah.
which also is another bigger thing to kind of think about there too, because it's the Atlantean working with Mitsuhama then, particularly, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just working with Catherine. You don't know. This could be all these people could be doing something more private rather than more public. Because we also remember when I said Catherine, she has connections with tier nobility.
Yeah.
So it's a mess.
It's a fun web.
Yeah.
Complicated.
Yeah.
Cool. So I basically want to do the same thing Alucard is doing, but with etiquette, which is the social equivalent of stealth.
Yeah. Okay. Then give me a etiquette charisma check. Let's see how well you're doing.
Okay, I believe this would technically count under first impressions.
Yeah, you can kind of be because you're
Add a +2.
carousing around and kind of chatting well with people. That first impression would certainly, at this point in time, apply.
There's 5 successes for you.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Okay. Pretty good. So certainly speaking, you can get a good idea of all the different people here in a lot of general sense. So you get a lot of good things here. Between the two of you, you will pick up on a couple of things that do seem to stand out. Majay seems to be spending a good amount of time chatting about something with the Saber Crop representative. As Technology is mostly keeping to themselves, but occasionally their representative seems to get in conversations which are very terse and aggressive. They definitely seem to be kind of the odd one out here. Catherine and her
Terse
representation.
and aggressive? How unusual.
I'm so shocked.
Mm-hmm.
That's scandalous.
Dr. Smythe seems to be continuing conversations with the bolsterous African man that you saw. Catherine herself, she seems to be sort of schmoozing around with people and talking with various people. She actually seems to have taken in with having some very interesting conversations with an Ellen Oake.
Okay.
Oh, it was Ellen Oakley.
Oakley, sorry. I probably misspelled it in my notes. Because I do that, misspell things when I copy them sometimes.
That happens.
And soup.
And soup.
Yeah.
That was just that's bad handwriting.
I know.
Among that, there are definitely, you get an idea of a couple of items that seems people are certainly interested in, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of talk about the items directly. There does seem to be various negotiations where it seems like certain people like insinuate that they're getting something and maybe they'll share information or something like that, make trade deals and stuff like that. There does seem to also some like corporate and level schmoozing kind of going on with this entire thing. It's an excuse for this entire event, on top of getting some nice spiffy artifacts and stuff, some of which are obviously magical and otherwise some are maybe just rare, kind of unusual things that are kind of floating about with this entire thing.
Catherine's talking with Oakley. Dr. Smythe is still talking with that African man who... Did we ever find out his name? Was that Medjay? Or was that someone?
No, and Medjay is
No, that
talking
would've been
with Sader Krupp, which is a very, maybe not weird, but also like that one stands out too, because you have to remember Sader Krupp is owned by a dragon, and Medjay is representation of a dragon. So they seem to have a conversation in German. You can pick up it's German, but I don't think you know German. So
No, I do not speak German.
You cannot pick up what they're exactly saying. It seems
Well,
like
if I'm
Sader
the
Crop
one
representation
hearing
is
it,
from
I can at
probably
least
home
record
office in
it,
Germany.
and we can try to translate it later.
So
I have a question.
I need you to make a
How-
check, I think, with your recording stuff, because there seems to be something interfering with that. Which,
I do have a
Makes
question while he's
sense.
rolling that.
Yeah.
I have to look up jamming.
That's my question.
Jamming.
We be jamming, man.
Which I believe is something under electronic warfare.
Yes, I believe so.
I think it is just electronic warfare now.
Yes. So overcoming the jamming signals. One per hit from this. Jamming signal, which is a matrix action. That's not what we're worried about. Electronic warfare for triggers. I might not lie. It might just be the recording equipment you have is not going to work here because I don't know if you have any very advanced recording equipment or very simple
No,
stuff.
it's just basic equipment in my ears.
Yeah. So it might be that you'll kind of try to record some stuff and detect that you are getting a jamming signal from this area. Not impossible to overcome, but probably not just an easy thing to overcome. You'd have to probably spend some time working on it to see about it, unfortunately.
Got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I figured there'd be a chance of that,
Yeah,
but I figured
But
why
you can
not
kind of
try?
still pick up on some conversations that at very least you understand a little
Yeah.
bit of them. And when you compare notes with Naomi, you kind of get a good view of what the thing is. The two of you do a good job of kind of getting an idea of it. Now, is there any kind of like group manipulation or anything kind of like that you want to do at the meantime, or are we kind of gonna move on to the actual auction? Because you did talk about like, you know, maybe now that you've done some carousing, got some drinks, kind of enjoyed yourselves a little bit. Ari and Nox,
So-
what are the two of you?
I do want to say, so jamming signals,
Mhm.
like, so, yeah, like, or the a jamming device does just kind of work, but it does only work on like one specific type of signal. But they probably have plenty.
They're specifically
Like,
probably have they probably have a couple of devices to interfere with recording devices.
Yeah.
Specifically, at least on this floor.
Which makes sense. I mean,
This is supposed to be very private for high class people that they don't want this information getting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it was worth a shot, but
Nope. Not a bad idea to try to do. But yeah. Picking up on some stuff.
So my goal is to see. So you said as technology is keeping to themselves.
Mostly, and when someone approaches them, they have very terse, aggressive conversations. Their representative is basically, in a very, like, you know, he's very, it's the Aztec technology style, which is basically like futuristic Aztec. That's what it's supposed to be. You know, they're taking like cues from old Aztec garbs and basically making it like a business suit. So it is a very like, you know, it's a style they have. You know.
Yeah. No, so I'm gonna be mostly watching them, also keeping an eye on Oakley and keeping my distance from her.
Mm-hmm. You can sometimes get the feeling maybe there's a glance over towards you, but it never quite gets over that way. Maybe it's just your imagination.
Mhm.
Nox, you doing anything particular?
I'd probably just be Bing chilling around Frosty.
Okay.
punch some random dude.
Fair.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Not yet, at least.
Because I'm not really too pressed.
To enjoy your
Low cortisol.
the aperitifs on the side of the table, which is traditionally pre-dinner drinks, usually alcoholic, non-alcoholic. It's basically snack drinks and stuff like that, and small cocktails, which there's an entire area of, where they're also then serving small like appetizers on top of the champagne. So if you want champagne, sure, but you can go over the one area where it's basically a drink bar of like, you know, a thing about that too.
Do they have a champagne fountain?
Oh hell yeah.
No.
That's,
No, nothing.
that's tacky.
That's tacky. You know, they're
Do they have
Serving
do
the
they have a
champagne directly.
booze luge?
yes, no.
Luge.
I'll go over, grab something random, pound that, and then double fist 2 more and walk back to Frosty.
You really should only grab one at a time.
Well, who's gonna stop me?
Unless one of those are for me.
Oh yeah, sure. Here. I don't know. That thing's probably gonna be empty by the time we're done here.
I doubt it.
They'll probably refill it.
Bro's
And
just
honestly-
pounding them back.
Nox is
Nox is like a fucking 2-liter jug full of jungle juice. He's like foaming at the mouth, twitching on the ground by the end.
We do need you conscious.
No one instituted the 2-drink limit.
That's true. That's our bad. We didn't tell him 2 drinks only.
Yeah.
You didn't
Nox,
warn
you're
him.
allowed 3.
You left this 27-year-old child on his own.
Nox,
Oh,
you're
if
allowed
any-
only
3.
27, so young.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, I think I'm even younger than that. I forget exactly what my age is.
What's my age again?
Oh no, I am 27. I'm right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
I'm 36.
I
So young,
I
dude.
loosely based him off a younger version of my father.
So young compared to the 61-year-old elf.
Yeah, I know, right? I think I'm actually the youngest.
No, I'm
here.
like I'm 18.
Ari's a
You were.
bird.
Oh wait, that's right. You are a child. I say
Technically not
child, but
Ari's a bird. Aged like
Ari's
bird.
a bird.
oh right.
Yeah.
Ari's a bird that
yeah,
became
I
human.
forgot.
Whether or not you believe that yet or not, I guess.
No, absolutely not. Nox does not.
Or-
I
or
think
Ari learned the
Ari
magic
said
of
it
being
once,
human.
like, "Hey Nox, I'm actually a bird," and then Nox took that as a joke, like you were memeing. He does not believe you.
I mean,
He's like a bird. He's going to
It's just
fly.
like it's
I've
like
told you,
wink.
so
Yeah, you
when
can transform into one. Right. I
Funnily
know.
enough, I think Naomi is older than Frosty
Yes.
by like a
because Frosty,
decent bit.
Like
I forget, is Frosty an elf or a human?
Frosty
Frosty's
is
an
an
elf.
Frosty's also an elf. Right. I don't know
She
why I
was,
had it in my head. She
believe
was a
born
human.
well after the awakening.
Yes,
Mm.
she has been. She's probably, unfortunately, gone through more shit than you. So it's like
Well,
yes.
physically younger, mentally.
She's been through some bullshit,
I'm
unfortunately.
well aware of who she is.
She's got more experience, but you got more age.
Just because if anybody's out there knows about it, this is something that the players wouldn't know, but this is something if you know about Shadowrun lore, I just will state it out here because I probably haven't before. Frosty is technically a little bit illegitimate child of one of the technical rulers of the Elf Nation over in north of California, and also like trained by one of the most powerful and crazy elves ever, as her master, who basically trained her as a middle finger to her, father.
She
Which
fact,
that's
she-
not gonna
her-
mess with you very well when like the most powerful magical using elf ever at this point in time
Yeah.
trains you to be a middle finger to your illegitimate dad
And,
who rarely acknowledges you exist.
Another fun fact, her casting focus was Dunkelzon's.
Yep. Nice gift there. So she was in the will.
God bless
Technically.
President Dunkelzon.
President Dragon. He was a weeb for Lincoln.
In
So
PepsiCo we
true.
trust.
He is a weep for Lincoln.
I don't want that shirt that they did.
God bless.
The dragon that's a weeb for Lincoln is the best thing anybody's ever said about Dunkelson.
Yeah, I think what I would maybe do before the auction starts is kind of like not the big players, but some of the smaller players try to like rattle them up against each other by being like, "Oh, did you know so and so is looking into this item specifically?" kind of deal. That
Okay.
kind of social engineering.
Yeah.
Trying to knock out some of the low rankers.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to knock out any of the high tier people are not going to be dissuaded from anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
They probably still have budgets to work within,
Mhm.
but it's not impossible for them perhaps to work with extra budget if they end up spending a
Yeah.
lot on one item. They might be able to requisition budget for another item, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way we'll have the budget to outbid As Technology or Satercrowd.
No.
No, but
But if we can get them, annoyed at each other.
There's a good chance as technology neither of those care about
Yeah.
this map too. So
Yeah, you do not know who is interested in the map, and also again, it's like if they really wanted to, the big companies could just outbid you no bid. $1 million is a lot, but it's not so much
a
that.
AAA company could just snap their finger and it's theirs,
But
kind of deal.
it might not be a snap instantaneous if they don't have that budget too.
Mhm.
You never know.
Yeah.
Would that be? I think a.
I feel like the wild cards
charisma
are Dr.
con?
Smythe and Mid. No, wait. Mid J is working for Save.
It might fall under con.
Yeah, I think it is.
So it's Mid J and
con.
Catherine are the ones who I feel like are the wild cards that we have to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Dr. Smythe and Catherine.
Mm-hmm. Yes, con. That's
we don't know who-
manipulation.
Okay.
And full.
We don't know who they work for.
Ooh.
Well, we know who one
Right.
of them works for, but we don't know. Who the other one is.
Con.
First
Okay,
impression wouldn't
so
apply
this-
at this point in time.
Nope,
We've
because we've
got it.
already bet.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna spend one of my edges.
You're so edgy.
So,
I have 3 successes. That's not bad.
okay.
Yeah. pretty good.
You'll kind of sort of spread some rumors around and chat with some people, and there definitely seems to be some people that take to the rumors a lot more than others, but it does seem as like, how much of effect it's had is kind of impossible to say overall, because
Yeah.
no one's going to necessarily express it. But certainly speaking, maybe you add a little bit to the tension of the overall room in this
Mhm.
entire thing by basically spreading a few
I'm
words
setting up
here
a
and there.
powder keg.
Yeah.
Anyone need a match?
Possibly. That's a later review problem. The match.
Look, I mean, this sexy elf comes up to you and starts saying stuff. You're gonna listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm.
So,
Huh?
Anything else anybody's doing before I will switch over to the auction itself starting? Because
I kind of want to. Well, I kind of want
because
to.
you do have a little time to, as I said, to do some things.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at Dr. Smythe a little bit more. I'm gonna see what he's talking about with his friend.
It was a she, and
She.
you remember that she was very equivalent to Can? Yeah, Can. I'm trying to remember names off the top of
Yeah.
my head without looking at my notes and going through all my notes. She
Yeah,
was basically
Asian
the Asian
Kayan
version of
is
the
basically-
Kayan, yeah. As she said, she seems to be at least having a conversation with the African man. It seems as though she is speaking in an African language to them. Whether or not she knows it directly, add a language soft or something like that, they seem to be speaking in that language, and he seems to be very well entertained by her at very least. So they seem to be on good terms at very least. Otherwise, you don't for him. You can see that he's got a couple of people that seem to be guards, that are in very much more bodyguard suits, but you can see little flourishes of very traditional African kind of garb and stuff, kind of mixed in with their suits and stuff. They're big, bulky. One of them's a big orc man. The other's a big, kind of actually pretty tall troll. And this man himself, he appears human, but he's a very large man. And I don't mean like just heavy set. I mean like he is built kind of like tank built kind of man, And he is dressed very well too, but he would be dressed in something that would be equivalent to what you would think would be like African royalty. Is his outfit almost like that, the kind of thing that they would be there too. So it is something that would be very modern, but it's also something that's a little different than your average black tie affair, but no one says anything to him about it. While, Dr. Smythe is in a very nice suit, a woman's suit. A woman's suit, that doesn't make sense. Suit tailored for female. God, my brain just broke there. I was like, what the hell am I
power
saying
suit.
at this point in time? A power suit. There
Basically,
you go.
she's in a suit rather than a dress.
Yes. And seems to be only accompanied by a one person that's kind of on her side, which is this kind of sly, skinny-looking elven man, who seems to be kind of wearing sunglasses inside, like that too. Of course, there's a lot of people wearing sunglasses inside. It's the entire bodyguards, it's just hiding their eyes kind of thing. Probably also maybe a lot of other things kind of hiding. There's a surprising number of these sunglasses inside bodyguards around the area anyway. But yeah, the two of them seem to be
make
having this
themselves look cool.
conversation.
Maybe they wear their
it's-
sunglasses at night.
It's in a language I don't know.
Yes, it would be a different region of Africa from this one. So, I think there's a check to recognize languages. I have to remember what the hell that
There
is.
is. I think there's a skill for it.
Yeah. Where are you skills on this list to see this entire thing? Or I could just probably look
No
up
skill for you.
recognizing a language. Shadowrun.
Is there the linguistics?
They're really well. Normally, you take ranks in a language itself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, true.
and it's sort of like if it's a common language, you might have an idea about it more. But it's sort of like, I'll ask the question: how well do you think you've at least encountered languages outside of what would be in Seattle or Europe? Because I feel like, as a person in Seattle, you probably have, you're generalized a little bit of English, Spanish, probably many of the Native American languages that are spoken from the non-nations in the
Honestly,
area.
probably minimal outside of Seattle.
Yeah. So basically, unfortunately, that's what I would kind of say where you probably easily recognize is probably might be able to recognize like one of the non-nation or the non-languages. Because I'm trying to say nation twice when it's the non is Native American nations, and I want to say that, but it's non-languages or maybe even like some of the European languages you might be able to recognize, you know, kind of what it would be, generally speaking. But yeah, this is probably outside your wheelhouse. It's definitely a much different dialect than the ones you've heard around here, because you've heard Igbo, Yoruban, and probably a few other languages that are probably smaller local languages that you've heard while you're here in Lagos. And this one seems particularly different. So probably from a different area of Africa. You can't recognize it off the top of your head. There you go. I will say most likely you don't recognize it, as I don't know what the proper check would be, and the chances would be very difficult anyway. So
Yeah, they really just didn't think about having a linguistics skill, huh?
Nope.
it's one of those things that I understand.
I had to pick up a bunch of knowledge skills because otherwise I couldn't default on any of them.
And I speak English, and I know some Hindi, Urdu.
Right, I guess I can list off all of my languages too, if you want.
Be good.
You know, Japanese, English, Cantonese, Italian, Russian, French.
Yep, a good amount of languages.
I mean,
Most of
Hindi
those are,
is because of-
yeah, I mean, most of these languages are the various crime syndicates around Seattle. So.
Yeah. I think there's probably going to be like a if you had like knowledge in like maybe like a world history or like
or just knowledge like
certain like cultural languages or knowledge linguistics. You probably could just take a knowledge linguistics. I'm assuming
probably to identify languages. That's probably like in there.
Yeah, because you can actually make up knowledge skills too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely an academic knowledge, I would say, probably.
Hey, most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have knowledge of literature, so I might be able to recognize it if it's written.
Ooh.
No, I don't think. No, I'm saying I don't think that would count for spoken, but I think that might count for written.
I'm trying to think of there's the possibility that if it was this was written, you might know it. I would say that way. If you have knowledge of literature, it might be a pretty difficult check.
I wouldn't be able to read it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to read it, but I might be able to identify the languages. My point.
The country this language comes from, certainly speaking, probably has enough interesting books about it and is surviving enough in Africa today. Which, I mean, if I just say it that way, it narrows down the number of countries which are doing very well in Africa because, you know, Sixth World. But there are plenty of them that are doing decently. So, you know, they might have, certainly speaking, places where they write books and stuff down.
Well, I'm just trying to. Okay. I mean, other than spying on Seder Krupp a bit, I don't know where else I'd be able to go.
Yeah. Get an idea of some things. So, yeah, you can certainly get a little bit of an idea on everything.
my whole goal is to find out like who I can try and frame. That's like it's kind of my whole goal of all of this.
Okay. Trying to see
who
who's
might.
we can get a check for that. I think that would be a check. Let's do a like I want like an intuition kind of check. Is there just a one of the checks intuition kind of like that?
There might be an attribute roll for intuition.
Surprise, composure, judge intentions.
Yeah, either probably judge intentions or con, because I could see con being like sizing up a mark.
Yeah, I'd say either of those would apply. But remember if I can do that. Shadowrun, can I switch attributes? I don't remember if I can do that. I think I can, but I have to remember that. Skills.
Yeah, there's a drop down for type.
Most closely related. Doesn't necessarily have to always roll that.
Yeah.
I would say if you want to use con intuition rather than con charisma, you're going to use that one though. So.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. It would be an intuition con check rather than charisma con check because it would be judging stuff, using intuition. But your skills as sizing people up. So either of those checks. If you want to do the judge attentions, that's charisma, intuition. So you're rolling for intuition regardless. This is your con better than your charisma.
My charisma's better than my con.
You might just want to judge intentions.
Whoa! Oh my
Damn.
gosh!
Wow.
Oh, damn.
I need to know what your social limit was. Oh wait, that's not. Does that have a limit? I forget if that one has.
No,
My
those
social
don't
limit-
have limits.
Well, but if you want to go by my social limit, it is 9.
Oh, okay. So it is
My
9
mental
anyway.
limit is 7. Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, I'm going to say, though it's kind of hard to express with how many people here. You got a good idea of kind of like listening around, what kind of things that like you get a good judge of everybody. So if you think that if you were in the crowd with whoever's bidding, you could probably give advice to whoever's bidding and give an idea of who's doing what where, kind of things like that. And especially that might very much help out when it comes time to bidding for the map, especially because you get a good idea of who's truly how much someone's interested in or not from their voices and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, again, I was trying to see someone to frame.
Oh,
or
that's right. You were trying to pick up for frame and stuff like that.
Yeah, like basically getting someone to like, I can mimic to make as technology hate them or something, or embarrass themselves or something.
I'd say, depending on how you want to go about it, you have some information, but it's going to depend on what you do with that information right now. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
How you go about framing them will make the difference, rather than
because even if it's not someone who we know, it's not one of the named people.
Yeah.
My goal is just to find someone who might be like talking bad about as technology that might be able to,
you can find some stuff out. Yeah. Get all the negative information. You've judged the crowd very well and got all the information.
Yep.
Anyway, we should take a break.
True.
Yes, it's about that time. So if you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and get them. And we'll be back in a little bit where we will, of course, continue on with the auction and get to the auction part of the auction now that you've schmoozed your way through the rich people's crowd. Back in a little bit.
Give a palming check.
Yes.
I have palming.
So
Well,
not.
yeah, but you're gonna get some fur in that too, and then that's extra gross.
Well, the front of my hands don't have fur. It's just the back.
Welcome back. As we're getting Paul's into something. Let's just get them hands in there. But hi. So we're gonna switch over to an auction and have that begin. So the Music will end. Our quartet of string instruments will end their musical interlude, and everybody will begin to kind of move over and move into the main auction room where there's all these seats kind of set up. There really isn't necessarily like assigned seating, but certainly people are sitting in areas that seem to kind of match them. Who's going to be there and who's going to be back in the room? Let me know.
I'm assuming
working on
I'm
this.
going to the room.
I will be present at the auction.
I will also be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Ari, were you borrowing my gun or not? Just so I know.
I don't need to.
Okay.
So yes.
You actually are better than it with me. I thought it was weird that my gun was like higher, and I realized there was a modifier in there that it shouldn't have been. So it should have been 5. They're better than me.
Yeah, I'm very good with pistols.
Okay. So, Alucard's going to be back in the room. And at very least right now, Naomi and Nox are taking seats. Ari, what are you doing? And then I'll decide where Frost is going. I guess if Naomi, you're taking over the bidding, Frosty will head back with Alucard back to the bidding.
Yeah, I think
Question.
it might
Go on,
be
support.
safer just have me do the bidding instead of her.
Yeah, I have a question about as technology. Are all the as technology people at the auction?
Ooh. It seems as though a number of them have head back to some kind of room or something somewhere else. But there seems to be 3 here at the auction, taking seats. Though, well, technically one
Is
taking
of the
seats. It's what it is the bodyguards aren't taking seats. They're kind of standing in the sides of the room and kind of like, hanging out like in an area, kind of hovering and watching, So if you're the role of bodyguard, you're off to the side. So I think that's
You're guarding.
Yeah. I have a question. Is it the guy? Is one of them the guy that kept staring at me?
Yes.
As technology people are just freaks.
He was the guy that was being very terse and talking very, rudely to people. He was staring at you the other day.
Yeah, as I was sitting across from him, and we were just having a staring contest, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, well, part of me wants to go and maybe follow as technology to find out where their room is. That might be something I would do in the meet, at least.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You can easily pick that up. That doesn't take a lot. The rest of the group that kind of splits off from them and kind of easily tell which office they head to.
Now, is this an office
missed
or
the
is this an
beginning of
actual
the-
room?
It's the same room that you have, which is a small room with a desk and a matrix connection in it.
Okay, so it's not like we're in a suite or something.
No, you
Okay, that's
you
what I
aren't
was
being
trying to figure
assigned
out.
like large suites for this entire thing. It's like they're like you can either be at the party or if you have to be separate, you get a tiny room to sit in.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was just checking.
It probably has some like maybe like a plant over there and like a painting, but
Yeah.
it may be like
it's like a small office space. Got
yeah,
it.
small office space. It's lightly furnished, nothing fancy,
Yeah.
that fancy. But yeah, certainly speaking.
I was hoping it was really sweet so I could try to steal a bottle of wine or something, because I still need to get one for Aggie. Because I told her I'd try to get her a nice bottle of elven wine somewhere while we were...
Just haven't had the chance to.
I don't think this place has a lot of elven wine.
Yeah.
well, a fancy thing like this, there might be. That's why I was like, hey, if it's a suite or something, I was going to go check out if I could steal.
Certainly speaking, you probably could have requested some elven wine, but they might not have brought you a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not going to do me any good.
Well, so I'll miss the beginning of the auction as I try and, scope them out.
Okay.
But I'll probably go to the floor afterwards.
Try to incite a fist fight between some freaks.
Right. So as everybody takes their seats, you all have a pretty good view of the stage and the podium, and this human male in this really nice looking tuxedo kind of steps up and starts kind of walking across the stage over the podium as some workers start bringing over the first item. And the man kind of addresses the crowd and he's like, I'd like to welcome you to the Oni Agogai's auction. The first item of the night is the Samario Zosis headdress, made from Mujuji's feathers. We'll begin the opening bid at 250,000 million. Auction
Expensive headdress.
begins. Various items come and go as the auction kind of goes through all of its things, as various items are being put up for sale and people are basically going through this different thing here too. Its time is going by, things are getting expensive, millions of new yen are being basically put off here. You know, it is the amount of money here is like more than any of you would think you would see in your lifetime kind of money. You know, it's like we're talking like items combined are like tens of millions of new yen. You know, this is what would like set you for life, the amount of money that's going here.
Rich people shit.
This is rich people shit. Anyway, then a very familiar item begins to be moved up onto the stage and being shown off. The pre-release map, and bidding begins. So, what do you want to do for bidding? We can make a check here to see how well you're doing, but you know, for the initial builds, but we'll see how well it goes on that one.
What kind of check would it even be?
I don't know what kind of check it would be. That's a
It's
kind of
gonna
thing.
be some kind of social check.
Yeah.
Praise or something.
That's not a skill, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have art.
There's negotiation.
Yeah.
That
I'll
would
say
probably be the best one.
roll me a charisma negotiation to see how well you're doing to keep
Okay.
things to a reasonable amount. It might not mean that you'll be able to successfully, especially if there's some people that want to go above.
I'm
the bid.
gonna edge.
Okay.
Try and get that a little higher.
Stop edging on screen.
There you go.
That's a really good check. So the auction starts going off at a pretty decent rate, as you know, there's a number of people that seems to be interested in it. There, of course, does seem to be two groups that seem to push up above the others. While there does seem to be some interest from a number of groups here, it does seem as though Catherine throws out some early bids here too, as part of the Apex Consortium in connections with Samriel, his elven lady friend. But the two main bidders that seem to be kind of competing with you are As Technology
Yep.
and Majay.
Ooh, I was not expecting him.
Yes. He seems to be incredibly interested in
Alright.
it.
Alright, I think you got your marks.
So, eventually, though, things are getting very close to the 1 million mark. You've kept things in check. You do get the sense that As Technology is falling behind in a lot of ways. But unfortunately, something will happen at the end here that will blow it out of the water. Majay basically stands up and says, 2.1 million million.
Shit.
There is murmuring in the room because he skips ahead. Like basically you would just hit 1 million. You would set your 1 million out there. You were kind of like nervous as it sounded like things weren't going well, As Technology hadn't bidded against it. You would kind of like warn them down in a lot of biddings, but he just throws up there and doubles it plus a little bit.
I'm assuming we can't requisition that kind of money.
I don't think we can.
I mean, that's more than doubling what we.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
literally
Max.
impossible for us.
With seeing that, I'm going to hop online and try to do a search, find out what I can find out about this guy.
Well, we did find out already that he was working for one of the dragon.
You didn't
Yeah,
find
I'm
out
just going to see
which
if I can
one.
find out like any, like where he normally stays, kind of, you know, basically anything that might give us an edge on trying to follow him to, you know, be able to acquire it from him. Because I don't think we're going to be winning this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Give
So-
me.
Would I assume I would have been back by now.
Yes, you would have been back by now. I will tell you that it does. Sorry, I did make a little bit of mistake. So probably you would have been asked to go back to the room rather than go to the crowd because the auction had begun. And
Oh, okay.
so basically, they keep whoever's the people in the auction, either one or two people that are the auction people. And yes, you could have a smaller group with you, but usually they're going to be back in your room, or one bodyguard on the side. So each person only has one bodyguard watching them right now. Doesn't mean you don't have other bodyguards in the area, but during the auction, you're only allowed to have one on the side. So I would assume Nox is looking over you while everybody else is kind of back in the room then. Right.
Got it.
So just to let you know that if anybody else is around with bodyguards, Jay doesn't have a bodyguard. He's on his own. But if you want to make a basically
Computer.
data search or browsing, either or, depending on if you have a program or the skill. I think one of them is a skill mini program.
I have computer.
I
Don't
have
ha-
to remember
I
what they
think-
switched to. I have to remember what they
I-
switched to because they
yeah.
switch things around. Technical skills. Where
What
are
are
you?
you trying to roll?
Wait, sorry.
for?
What are you looking for?
The matrix search skill. You talked
Would
about
be
this one
computer.
before.
Oh,
Is it just
Yeah, it's
computer now?
computer.
It's just a computer roll.
Okay, so just
Yeah.
need a computer check then.
Okay.
Anyone got any other plans for this?
Um,
I don't think there's
I mean, we're
much
just gonna-
Naomi can do.
yeah.
Mhm.
I was
we're
gonna
just gonna
say if we
steal
just
from
want to let him like buy it and then we go beat him up later.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That,
it.
that
You-
would be
you-
my immediate suggestion.
Ari, you were kind of observing this, and I did say you kind of made some good checks earlier, especially for judging up the crowd. You get the sense that as technology wasn't just losing to Naomi, they were backing off at the end there. Two successes.
I'm gonna edge this.
Okay.
No,
3 successes. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You will pick up some information. Let me see which information you pick. They don't exactly give me an easy way to discover stuff on you. Let me look at what the. Let me spell this out. You. Okay.
don't forget, we still
Okay.
need to embarrass as technology.
Yes.
I know. I'm working on it.
Just not easy.
Being very
All right.
helpful.
Cool. Okay. It will take you a little bit, but you do get enough information to at least figure out what great dragon Neje works along with, or seems to be associated with working for. You don't pick up a lot about what's
Okay.
going on with him, but you have figured out that he's working with Seldir. Seldir is the head of NeoNet's R&D. So he is the dragon that basically deals with things like matrix and technology and dealing with magic too.
Can you put his name in writing?
Yeah. Did I
And
spell
what was
that
the
right?
company?
Yes. NeoNet.
So he's the head of R&D at Neonet.
Yes. Yeah. Basically, he's science great dragon, which is weird. And that's very interesting that he might be interested in this. But he is like, dealing with a lot of things that combines magic and science and essence and stuff like that. He deals a lot of stuff with that, as far as you know. But yeah. Just seeing if there's anything else that we pick up. Yeah. Like, you can't really get away from a Great Dragon being your director of R&D. That is something that's
Yeah.
easy to pick up on because, like, it is a thing. And he is known to be that one. So, yeah.
So I have a question about as technology though. You mentioned
Yes.
they backed off. Did it seem like it was coordinated, or did it seem like
They chose
see-
not to push it.
okay?
While Majay seemed to get more intense with the bidding and kind of fight against Naomi, and eventually, you know, in the a little bit of an emotional outburst, basically said the big amount of money. As technology wasn't doing anything. And honestly speaking, Catherine bidded early and then also just stopped, but you didn't really pick up a lot from her.
Yeah, me thinks several people are gonna try and steal this thing,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
and we're gonna be one of them.
Which Frosty will be like, I think we have to do something. I think
Yeah, I'll can I shoot a quick message to Frosty?
Sure.
To be like, hey, what's the play here?
Okay. From what I can tell and what's going on here, they're gonna basically, as soon as everything finishes up, everybody's gonna go basically collect their items and take private elevators down. They will exchange the money here and now to make sure everything gets paid. And then basically left out one at a time down to the well-armed and protected garage down below. We came in a little different, but still using the same express elevator, just at a stop it normally doesn't use because we came in through the front door. I don't think we're the only ones that went in through the front door, but I feel like most people that are getting something or at least have arranged for some kind of vehicle to take things out, whether it's going to be taking them directly out or not, hard to say, but some kind of transport for things. We're going to have to figure out where he's going to transport stuff. So I think I need you guys to get down to that garage and check things out. I'll stay here and coordinate any kind of ending stuff here and see what's going on with anybody else to see who follows when he goes. If he stays to the end of things, we can kind of get an idea of who's going after and who's waiting around.
I sense a very good opportunity to embarrass as technology.
Okay.
We need to screw with their car in a way that makes something happen that's noticeable. Not like an explosion, but just like, you know, maybe it crashes or something.
That if they try to follow, they'll get in trouble. Might work.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Basically something a little bit more noticeable, like a crash. Like if they get into a car crash, you know, that's embarrassing.
So, why don't you head down there now before he finishes up his payment and such like now? I'm gonna assume with how much he's spent, he's not gonna stick around for very long. So you've got a little bit of time to basically get in place to see what he's doing and maybe get that sabotage.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Trying to find something.
That's why I think Alucard will be helpful here, because he could probably screw with the car.
Yeah, I think he's the only one who can.
I have a chance, but I only have like...
The only warning I've got right now
Nice.
is don't do anything to him in the garage or on the island. As much as if anything's going to happen, it's when they get it off the island to try to get to whatever transport they have. There is no transport out of Lagos from here on the island. You got to go to the mainland first. So he's going to at least go there. And we got a sense that if someone's going to do something, they're going to do it there. We're going to also have to try to either outclass someone or something.
Oh, we do have all those drones.
Yes.
We do. Okay.
I do have a lot of drone power.
Okay. Yep. And I even have some thoughts about how to deal with a guard that might be guarding the technology car.
Well, it's more or less that, like, you have to be careful what you do down in the thing to not take notice of anybody down in the garage. Basically, it's probably being heavily watched after and kind of things like that. So whatever you do, it's going to have to be subtle in what you do to sabotage their vehicle.
Yep.
So, but certainly speaking, you can get down there and get in position first. You don't have a lot of time, so you're going to have to let me know what you want to do when you're down there to set up.
Look, I've been trying a bunch of stuff, and you've been basically telling me at every turn that won't work. So I'm just hoping that this is a good idea.
This is not a bad idea. Look, I haven't
unfortunately,
said anything you were
Naomi's-
doing is impossible. I said it was unlikely. I warned you it was going to be
I-
difficult.
I know.
I
Yeah.
basically need a bunch of successes.
I know.
Unfortunately, Naomi's probably not the most helpful at this bit.
Yeah, because magic would probably still be noticed at this point. I'm
Yeah,
going to
and-
try.
I'm full social build, so
Let me put it this way: I've been spying on S technology like all night. I know their voices, arguably, so
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
can, I can lure a guard away with like a mimic. So
Yeah, but
that's my thought.
what about when the guard gets to you?
kill him.
Uh,
Obviously, beat him to death.
If you want, I can stick with you. You lure the guard, and then I just like fold him in half to,
if we wanna-
try and like disable him. And by disabled, I mean turn him into a vegetable.
I will. At one point when we're all back together, I will hand you, Alucard, the Maglock passkey 4.
Thank you.
Hey, what's that shit?
Okay.
That'll basically just open up, I think, any fucking Maglock.
Maglock, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Granted, those are the
There
basic
technically
locks,
is level 5 for maglocks. That's as high as it
Oh.
goes,
Yeah.
traditionally.
it's pretty unlikely that a garage would have that.
Yes.
And keys only go up to 4.
And
so-
technically speaking, I
Oh,
think
I
there
see.
there is technically above 5, but those are incredibly expensive,
Yeah,
hard to find,
those-
etc., etc., etc. But basically, if you were purchasing a maglock, the highest you could get is 6, and those are very hard to overcome. And basically, the maglock pass card is I cheat.
Yeah, and
fair.
but it only goes up to 4. But also, it's so broken because it just works on anything
Yes.
below 4.
But they're
It's
also
basically-
so fucking expensive.
Yeah, I'm
and
looking
very-
at this, and
and
it's
very
rating times
illegal.
2,000
Yeah,
Canadian.
incredibly illegal
Yeah.
as well.
Yes,
That's
because
insanity.
maglocks are basically your standard lock and key right now in the world it is. Not that there aren't actually mechanical locks that still exist, because it's just those are like, it's sort of like people use like safes with outdated ways
Yeah.
of like doing them. It's
Well,
that kind
the
of
thing
with
is
mechanical locks.
also, it's been long enough that maglocks existed that sometimes an actual physical lock might be harder to deal with without, breaking it.
Alucard basically has the key to like 90% of any door on the planet.
Yeah, and I also have lock picking skills too. So
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, so you can easily get down to the garage. You have a little bit of time. What is your plan? Effectively, Frosty has warned you, don't do anything to Majay while he's here, because you're going to have basically all of the global sandstorm security down on top of you. You do anything about here, and
Yeah.
probably security across the island. She's like, hey, if we want to steal this, we have to wait till he gets off the island.
Alright. Does not do anything include not putting like something to track the vehicle on
That-
the vehicle?
Wouldn't be something impossible to do. Basically, it's don't do anything that would attract security.
Yeah, because I think if you can put something to track his vehicle, that would help a lot.
True.
And also, then you said you can probably, if you want to do something to try to sabotage As Technology's vehicle, they're not down here right now, and if you want to do that. But again, there's security here. You have to be subtle about it. What do you want to do?
Yep.
If you want to do it, because
what does the ceiling look like in here?
this is probably a fairly standard underground parking garage, but probably you know, because I'm going to assume it's a lot of vehicles that are down here are more for transporting items, with a couple of like limousines and stuff like that that are down here. More than likely, your average person that's leaving this place won't come down here. They'll probably go to the front door, and these vehicles will go over and pick them up, kind of thing like that, where they have drivers that or something down here. Probably
Basically, what I want to know is there exposed like beams, like girders?
maybe. I'd have to think.
Because
I'm trying to think of what's in the what's in the roof of an underground parking garage. I don't know.
'cause-
It's usually a lot of beams and concrete.
Yeah, beams
yeah,
and
so
concrete.
that's why I'm saying if there's exposed beams, I was thinking about trying to stick towards the ceiling.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I
mean, if
can
you think about
climb.
it, there's usually pipes for fire control reasons.
That definitely would probably
Yeah.
be down here. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about trying to stick up towards the ceiling where they distract, so I could get past easily.
Okay, so basically the group's going down, and while they're kind of milling about doing something down here, maybe taking attention of the various drivers and stuff around, or maybe security as they're watching, you're going to use them as a distraction for you to go up on the ceiling and go over near their vehicle. And what's the plan when you would get to the as technology vehicle?
I'm trying to think how to sabotage it is the thing.
I mean,
I mean, a brake line would be pretty easy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not hard.
Yeah, but that
Might be kind of obvious too.
Yeah, because surely they're gonna have to turn to get out of here.
Because brake lines, a mechanical failure brake line isn't that common.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I have good
Mm,
skills for.
I mean, messing with their autopilot could be a thing. That's hacking.
Yeah, true.
Ooh. What if you loosen something in their engine so that way it falls apart or like in a bad way. Like I think there's a way to do
Ooh,
something like that.
Can you? I don't know what model of car they're driving. Can you like mess with a piston head?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, like a piston.
But that means actually opening the hood.
We're gonna-
True.
I'm thinking,
Gonna try to-
is there something I could do from underneath? Because I could, get across the pipes and then go under the car.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I get you.
Trying to
Like,
keep
maybe
out
I-
of like
Maybe I could try to loosen the exhaust system.
Like this is a world question. Our cars in Shadowrun, I presume most of them are still gasoline vehicles.
Surely, right?
No. There is
Oh.
still gasoline vehicles, but gasoline's very expensive.
I guess what
So
kind
most
of
are
car is it?
electrical
Is
and
it-
on
is it
a specific grid that
electrical-
exists.
Is it an electrical car?
These would probably be,
I would
generally
think
speaking,
in-
these would probably be mixed because of the city you're in. In a general city
hybrids.
like Seattle, depending on where you are, most places on a grid. If you're on a highway, you have like specialized like electrical grids that they're on and kind of stuff like that
Yeah.
you have power when you're traveling.
I
over
would
the
think
area.
out here that would be a little less.
On Lagos. On these islands, yes. In Lagos City, depends on where you are. Most of the place you would probably have, because your van works on a mixture of both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it has an exhaust system, I could loosen the bolts for
You can-
that.
No,
Wait,
you could just
okay.
you could steal their
Hold on.
catalytic converter.
Hold on.
True.
We can set it up so a short happens after a period of time.
Yeah. It's
That's
basically
fair.
That
basically
shorts.
because of the nature of things and how they've set up things for like charging. Most videos are hybrids. Basically, we'll have basically a backup internal combustion engine, but they'll usually have a battery. But gas is like
Ooh, you could
very
you
expensive in the
could
Shadowrun world.
Also,
like
it
it's
might be
uh,
cheaper in Lagos though because they are
True.
such an oil capital.
they are an oil capital. It very well might be. Yes.
you could also you could take the little air plug out on the tire.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we really want to mess with them, we could potentially. I mean, this would be hard. You would have to get into the hood for this kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's why I'm thinking what I could do from possibly underneath.
Yeah, but all the good
Is
stuff
that-
is under the hood.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're
that's
just
just
trying to embarrass them. We're not trying to kill them or something.
You want to blow the car up.
Nah, I'm not talking like, car bomb. I'm talking like, break it beyond
Well, that's why I was saying
reasonable
like
repair.
that's why I was saying like loosen all the bolts to the exhaust system, and that way while it's running, the bolts fall out and like their muffler, falls out.
Oh my gosh! What if we just wait? Hold on. What if we just loosen the bolts to the wheels?
Well,
That's-
so there are only a couple of bolts keeping an axle together, I think.
Yeah, true. That is very true. It could be like a fucking Looney Tunes bit where as soon as they get out of the lot, like the doors fall off, the axle falls, tires explode. They'll just have to Flintstones their car the rest of the way.
Ooh, you could also I forget what the thing that makes the wheel turn. You could just break that.
The
Mm,
axle.
No,
No,
there's
no,
a specific smaller bit.
yeah.
The drivetrain, I think.
Yes, I've had one
yeah.
of those break before. It's not fun.
In real life, I don't know a lot about cars.
I mean,
so-
it's very obvious none of us do.
Yeah.
But
Apparently, also
like,
for Shadowrun nowadays, there are plasma furnaces that melt down matter for engines at this point in time in some
Well,
high-end vehicles.
That makes sense.
Because sure.
Fine, I guess.
well, then it's good that we're
that
targeting
sounds
something
really
that.
dangerous.
All right,
Look,
well,
you know,
then
the
just
technology is
overload the
fully
reactor.
proven for. Don't worry about it.
All right,
That
since
sounds
the
more like an assassination
right,
attempt.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. Since this is the BattleTech people, GM probably invented that.
Well, I have my van's GM.
You're not wrong.
Because GM invented the fusion engine in BattleTech.
That might actually be true.
Yeah, but I think
Oh, boy.
doing some messing with the axle is a good idea.
Mhm.
So that you can get to from underneath.
Yeah.
Axle or drivetrain.
Okay.
Can't believe I'm googling
Like
parts of a wheel.
Well, how do you want to go about sabotaging the wheel? That's a question there.
The drive shaft.
Okay,
That's
so-
what it's called.
So basically, the idea is
That said that drive shaft.
to climb across the roof, having everybody being a distraction to some degree, and
under
making
the
yourself known
car.
downstairs. You climb across, jump down secretly under the car, sabotage it, then maybe like scurry back up the wall, come back to them, and then like maybe find some like spot to kind of hop down and rejoin them secretly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna need a bunch of checks from everyone because this is going to go well.
Good luck, buddy.
So first off, what kind of distraction did the distraction team want to make?
So here's the thing, like, if I'm trying to like lure a guard away, I'm just like thinking like I could have, like, that's the thing. I can manipulate my voice, so it's like, okay, are there guards for? Is there like a Aztec guard at the Aztec car, or are there just
Currently,
normal guards?
all the vehicles have basically probably a driver within them that's just sitting around. Most of the vehicles do.
Yeah, I know. So what I want to do for the driver, because
Ooh.
Naomi
Actually-
is somewhat of a car person. Naomi might just like, because I assume as technology they're driving something nice.
Mm-hmm.
She might just try and distract him with like, hey, it's a sick car. Let's talk about it.
Seems like the vehicle that they have here is probably it's a very combination of things. It's got like a front area that seems like more associated for probably a kind of small like limousine area for the back of it, but it also seems to be set up for the back for like a truck area though too. You get the feeling that there might be more than just the guys that went inside of there.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me.
Probably like if they assumed they would get the item, like a guard team in the back, that they couldn't bring inside, but certainly speaking of it, it does seem to be maybe like not just the standard. Some people just actually have limousines, but this seems to be one of the ones that are there.
So you're saying there's not just the driver, there's like a guard, there's a few guards.
You don't see any of them though. What I'm saying is from the looks of it, you get the feeling that it the way it's built with the back area of it. It's basically like a combo, like a truck back area, but it's also got like a front cab area with a driver and a small area behind there that is very much so like limousine coated. You can kind of see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think then I can watch the back just in case someone comes out while Naomi tries to talk up the, because the whole idea is if we just need Alucard to get underneath, then we just need to make sure no one's gonna like see him. So yeah, Naomi talking up the guard, up the driver, while I kind of keep an eye on the back to make sure no one comes out, and I can do something if that happens.
I have 2 quick questions.
Sure.
One, actually, would it be possible to rig something to be able to control the car from a distance?
You would have to probably hack into that then.
Okay.
That's the thing. Yes, it is possible. But
I didn't know if it would be possible like to manually set something to it.
There are items you can get that do stuff like that, but you'd have
Yes.
to have that item.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There are ways to do it without specifically hacking into the vehicle. But otherwise, normally you'd have to hack into the vehicle and take control of that
Also,
remotely.
If we can get eyes on the other lady's car, I have stealth tags. I could lay a stealth tag underneath the car so we can keep track of where they are.
Talking about Med J?
Yeah.
That's a guy.
Oh, guy. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah. You should put something to track his vehicle.
Yes.
No, that's something we'll do. We're just trying to mess with these people first.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I just want to make sure that's on the agenda. That's all.
Yeah. That's a fine thing to add onto the agenda.
Yeah, I'll just try to chat up the driver about car stuff because it's probably a cool looking car. Naomi does drive a bike, so she's got that bit going for her. Also, maybe throw in a little flirt, even though she's not into dudes. But
Well, hey, maybe it's a chick. You don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, is driver a lady or a guy?
I'm gonna roll a die. Let's find out.
Yeah, roll
Roll
that-
down
roll
the
that-
window. It's
Alright,
Odd dude,
roll
even
the dice.
even gal.
He convinced her to go to the back seat.
Odds
it's
dude.
Danny DeVito.
That's Danny DeVito. Holy shit!
You roll down the window and you see Danny
oh my
DeVito.
God, can I get your
That's
autograph?
awesome.
Hey, what the hell?
How'd
How'd you
you
get
still
here?
alive?
Aren't you
Yeah,
dead?
how the fuck are you still alive, dude?
Maybe he's now a
Yeah.
dwarf.
Yeah, no, he
True,
he
actually.
goblinized.
He's a troll. He's actually really big.
Oh God,
No,
that'd
he's
be
a
really
small
weird.
troll.
He goblinized, yeah.
I like the idea that he's just a small troll. It's kind of really weird. It's like you're very big but also small. That's kind of weird.
Dude, imagine like you live in this universe pre-goblinization and you like reject someone and they turn into a hot orc lady and then you're just like, fuck. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to do all that stuff. I guess that would probably fall under etiquette. Etiquette or con, I feel like.
Let's go for con because you're trying to be distraction, to this.
Sure, that is a
Person.
manipulation.
Yeah.
Or performance.
Yeah, but I'm bad at performance. Alright. There you go.
Okay.
Nice, 7 successes.
The driver is very distracted, but he's also like, he's basically like, yes. Look, I need you. He's certainly speaking is distracted by you and getting your attention, but definitely the professionalism in him is trying to like keep you away and stuff like that. But he's occasionally
Yeah, no,
popping
I
in information
definitely-
about it. It's sort of like
Definitely
that.
think Naomi would also use her looks to this advantage.
Yeah, it's that entire like he's got like kind of a little bit of trouble with the entire thing there too. Anyway, I need some checks from Alucard then.
Yeah, good
We're going to
luck.
get back to what's happening with the other two because something's going to be happening with the other two, but we'll get back to that while Naomi's busy with this and Alucard does the job. So Alucard, I need first
Actually,
you to give me a.
I do have a thing. While you're doing that, you could have handed me the tag, and we could go and do that while you're doing
True.
this.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at sneaking.
I can hand you one. I'll hand you one just if you guys can. If you guys can't, I still have 9 more.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with
Okay, you're doing a little bit of sneaking.
sorry.
So I then need you to give me. What's the skills that I have to look up because I don't remember them all at the top of my head. Give me a.
I have piloting skills. That's the only thing they have for them. And I have the equipment for.
That's all they have for cars?
No, it's engineering, automotive, mechanic.
Aeronautics. Oh, now I see it. Yeah.
Then I missed that.
You have it. It's on your. I saw it on your PDF sheet.
Hold on. Oh, engineering. Oh yeah,
It's automotive mech.
Automotive mechanic. There it is.
Yeah,
Yep, you're right. Never mind.
Well, so that's some okay stealthing there. Cool, great. I now need you to make me a agility gymnastics check, because as much as you are climbing along, you are doing that while being stealthy. So I need to give me a check and see how well you're traveling across these beams too, and getting to the
give me
thing.
a second, because I also had to look up because I'm actually I have monkey paws.
The power of being a monkey man.
Come on. Character possesses the monkey or chameleon-like gripping feet with elongated prehensile toes, enabling him to grab more easily when barefoot.
Take your shoes off.
I would have took my shoes off for this. Non-tumbling gymnastics, climbing and movement. In zero gravity test, get a +2 to dice pool.
All right.
Modifier: if the character is not wearing shoes that accommodate his unusual physique, the dice pool modifier is reduced by +1. Actually, I have shoes that purposely get shoes that
You've got specialized.
accommodate myself.
You get like the special shoes for your insoles or whatever it is.
Oh, they're probably just shape different
Yeah.
to accommodate my feet, because I have monkey feet. Regular shoes aren't going to be comfortable either.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so the hell, where is that?
Gymnastics under physical skills, and it's just a gymnastics agility check.
Gymnastics is just a skill, yeah.
Get more two dice too.
And I have 2. Oh, that's not it. Wait. Situational modifier would be 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I technically should have rolled 2 more dice for that con check, but whatever.
You'll manage to maneuver around there a little bit and kind of get in there. It's not the cleanest, but fortunately, there will be a brief, what was that? And you'll like get his attention there I'm not gonna lie, probably with where you are, Naomi, you basically see like Alucard sneak over and try to get down there.
Alucard fucking face plants slightly.
He doesn't quite get down very well, but you manage to keep the guy distracted.
Yeah. I feel like at that point, that's when like the flirting starts kicking in.
So I guess make a automotive mechanic check.
Sorry,
to sabotage this vehicle.
I'm really into corporate goons.
Here it is.
I'm into corporate goons.
I'm the gooniest.
Let me just see one thing. Does that give any?
Well, I'm as good as any goon. I'm sorry to say, I am the top goon around here.
Someone call this guy a professional gooner.
I was gonna. Yeah, you beat me to the check.
What a wild fucking conversation to have with someone you're flirting with. I'm as good as any goon around here. What does that mean? Man, if you're into corporate mooks, I'm telling you, baby, there's no one better.
Hey, they didn't even give me a name.
He shifts his bowler cap. He rolls up his sleeves. I'm telling you, when it comes to disposable goons, there's no one like me, Goon 16.
Hey, don't worry, babe. I don't even have a last name.
Yeah. My full legal name is John Goon. First and middle. There's no last name.
You're trying to sabotage its ability to drive. I'm sorry. What was the exact thing you decided on doing for sabotaging?
Axle or drivetrain. Something was gonna break.
Something in the wheel that snaps and causes it to fall off.
Okay, great. You can sabotage
I know
the
this
wheel.
is possible because this has happened to me before.
Yeah. All right, you've managed to sabotage the vehicle. Now you just have to get back.
Now you gotta get out.
So I'll need the 2 checks again, and we'll see how well those goes to the I get out checks.
Well, I still have 1 edge left if I need to.
Yeah.
Sneaking. Submit.
Okay,
Okay, it's better.
not terrible. Not as sneaky as before, but
Sneaking was not as good, but let's see.
No, better than your
Yes,
gymnastics.
Yeah, we'll have to
Well,
resize
my
this
sneaking
chameleon
is
suit
better
for
than
you.
my gymnastics, so.
Ooh.
Hey,
Wow.
My
you know
gymnastics
what?
this
Nice.
time is on point.
Oh yeah. So like, you are on par for getting back there. Maybe you're going a little too fast, so it's not as it's a little bit more noticeable or something like that. But you do manage to kind of sneak across to an area where you kind of think like you can kind of drop down and get in there and just kind of like hang around. So you manage to get in there, do your thing where there's a bit of a distraction going on.
I think I'll finish up this flirting. I'll give him my number, but it's gonna be to that troll guy we met in session 1.
Hell yeah. Oh no, give him mine.
Anyway, in the meantime, while all this is happening, as the two of you turn to go put the thing on it, you'll hear a voice says, "Are you leaving so soon, Ari?"
Uh-oh.
And here I thought we'd have a nice conversation before you left. I'll leave it
Oh, is
there.
that your friend?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the cliffhanger.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-huh.
That butt dial, it's coming. You shouldn't have done that.
Look, a lot of things people have done have left to a bunch of different things.
Doomed.
Look, you brought this upon us, and my swift execution of 5 variables, I'm sure will come back.
There might be problems with that too. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, I'll just kill more of them.
Mm-hmm. Just like who knows what effects various things you've done over the course of your venture will have. But everybody's done a little bit of something to create snafus and fun extra times. Don't worry
No,
about
I've been
it.
completely perfect. What are you talking
You've lived in the van the whole time,
I mean, you made this nice friend who's having you sabotage Ass Technology. Don't worry
I think
about
you
it.
have that. You actually have the worst, because if this gets back to you, you're dead. Ass Technology will just kill you.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
They have no reason to suspect us.
You say
Blood,
that,
we've been found out.
but it's Ass Technology. They probably suspect
yeah.
everybody.
Blame it on Honky Tonk.
I mean, he was staring me down the entire time.
Yeah.
You
But,
left one single piece of fur, and he's gonna be like, "I recognize this monkey fur."
I recognize this fur. We're in Africa, but I recognize this specific fur.
I recognize this specific shade.
The specific shade of the specific fur of the specific monkey man right here, right now.
They're gonna track down out of the car. I know what you are.
I know what you are.
Here, go eat 10 dogs. Bye.
Anyway, yes, we'll leave things there. Oh. Anyway, so that was a lot of very silly things that happened and went well. Question mark, maybe. For now, it's going well. Don't worry about it. Things can't possibly go wrong. So we'll have to enact the double chase, we'll call it. There's chase 1 of you stealing a map, and then chase 2 of, hey, how we've stealed a map, now we have to get out with it.
I feel like these drones are gonna come in handy.
I feel like these drones are definitely going to come in handy.
And the fact that I have a van with a giant gun on it.
You're like, drones. Lots of drones. Don't worry about it.
Look,
All
I mean,
distraction.
if someone jumped me with 10 drones, I think I'd just give up.
Fair. I mean, look what happened to Silence. He got hit with 2 of them bastards. And he was
That
washed.
man almost died from stun damage.
Yeah.
True.
he was really caught off guard.
He was shocked.
It was just shocking.
-2.
Anyway, let's have some people. Anybody have anything to blah 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 goodbye blah 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 blah. At least
Yeah.
Wyrm has it. Unless anybody else has
Yeah,
any.
I'm good.
I'm
I've
Diamond
done
Worm.
this.
You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWorm or at DiamondWorm on Twitter, Blue Sky, and YouTube. Next stream will be Friday.
Do you want to plug?
Pretty sure we're back to Void Train.
You want to plug that thing in a couple weeks?
Well, that's gonna be because that's gonna be the recording. It's going to, and then you have to edit and then release it. So that's gonna be.
Oh,
It's a project that's going to be coming out soon. We can just kind of, I guess the best way to say it is you're working on a cool new project that'll be coming out probably in a couple of months. Keep an eye out
A
for
podcast.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
podcast.
Keep an eye on the British royalty. I'll say that June 17th, 2026 will be an interesting day.
Oh, all right.
It's not a specific date.
Oh wait, no, Queen Elizabeth is dead already. Fuck.
Yeah, she's already gone.
What about Prince Charles? Is he still here?
No one gives a shit about him.
King Charles.
King Charles? No shot. Hold on.
Yes, he's the king now. That's how it works.
Charles.
He's still alive.
That
so
ghoul? Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, he became king when his mom died.
Yeah.
she's
I mean,
out.
if we're talking
Session
about
works.
Shadowrun, the current one is King
Isn't he
George
dead?
the
Didn't-
Eighth.
No,
didn't
the previous
King Charles
one.
in Shadowrun turn into a troll and die?
I don't
What?
know.
One of
you
them
know what?
did.
That
But
wouldn't surprise me, actually.
the king is George Edward Richard Windsor Hanover, the 19th Earl of Worcester, born in 1998, who's the King of England and Lord Protector's main rival, because of Lord Protector of England. He's married to Lady Diana Mogwin, the eldest daughter of Tony Banks and Baron Stratford.
Sorry. Yeah. One of
Okay.
the King of England, who is not Charles, but is George, very creative name, did die due to goblinizing into a troll.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently King Charles, so Charles ascended to the throne in 2009. So the queen died much earlier than she did.
Wait, yeah,
I'm gonna blame perfect plague and magic coming back and stuff like that to not help her
to be
stuff.
fair, that was 2009 before Vitus happened, so
No, yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
also, when your setting was written in 1989, can't really
Yeah.
predict the future that much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shout out
Especially
to
The
the
Simpsons.
Soviet Union that died in like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
And then he
Unless
only
you're The
ruled for
Simpsons.
he only ruled for 3 years before giving up his crown to his son. But he still lived on after that. He disappeared though.
I guess there's also a new queen. I don't know when she took over. Queen.
No one cares about the UK and Shadowrun.
Caroline. I mean,
People
Excalibur's
care,
back or
people
something or
care
other.
more
I
about
don't know.
Ireland, so
Sweet Caroline?
Well, Ireland is now.
it's Elfland now.
It's now Tirnanog, and it's all like, "Hey, screw you guys. We're a powerful
It's
elf
an-
nation."
Yeah, it's an elf ethno state.
Yeah, which I feel bad for, like, just the normal, like, Irish people.
Don't
that
worry,
aren't
the
elf that are
IRA
there.
still exists.
Yeah, because they hate the elf court that took over. They're like, wait a second, we hated those guys, but you guys just took over our nation now and named it Elfland. Screw you!
Something
Elfland
that
is-
the more things change, the more they stay the
That's
same.
some shit
Yeah,
like
the-
Eggman
the
Land
poor-
2.
The poor regular Irish people they don't get a break, I'm sorry. Look, Europe's been through, everywhere's been through some things in the Shadowrun world. There are no perfect nations. It's all, some places it's been okay, and that's the best
It's
you
the
can
Miles
say.
O'Brien curse.
uh,
'Cause
Shadowrun's
everything bad has to happen to Miles O'Brien.
that's true, poor Miles. But no, yeah, it's if Shadowrun, if you find a nation that has an okay history, that's as best you're gonna get.
True.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, but yeah, we'll leave things there. That was a kind of crazy thing. So yeah, myself, Tense and Average Gentleman. Hi, I'll be back tomorrow. I gotta figure out timing tomorrow for stuff because today while I was doing stuff in the afternoon, my camera gave out, so I couldn't really finish everything I was working on. So I've got a little extra things to do, so I got to figure out my schedule and work on all that. So, but I will be back tomorrow at some point in time. I'm going to aim for 2:00, which I normally do on a Thursday. So we'll just say that for now. I'll tell people in my Discord if I have to change the timing for anything like that. Also back on Friday with some more gaming and recording and stuff like that. And of course Friday with friends with Wyrm and Blaze. Just got skipped off on Saturday. Make sure to come back next week, which we are probably a couple of sessions away from the end of things here too. I'd say 1 to 3, depending on how well your plans go for both acquiring a map and getting out of the city. I can see
Probably
that
closer to
taking a
green
lot
knowing
or
us.
taking very little.
Acquiring the map will probably go well. The other part might not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of people want that. And definitely,
Yeah.
not only are you, I'm going to tell you, sabotaging as technology was probably really good because not only do you really only have a chance to do that to one person, but they are probably one of the people that was going to be coming after it being a problem. Doesn't mean they're not going to be coming after it being a problem. It means you've delayed them,
Yes.
which is great.
Which gives us enough time to probably leave before they can do anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they might not catch up, but they
Or
they
have
are the
other people.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it does mean that they are on the back foot for the race for the map.
Yes. Which is a good thing. Hell,
Yes.
if we had enough time, I could have sabotaged a bunch of cars, but
Well, just
that also might be suspicious.
I will say you will know very quickly the main groups that are going after that, and that is as technology, and of course the Apsis Consortium is sending a group like that. Both of them are like that going after the map. It's
Yeah.
like those are the two groups that are like, yes, that's why bidding stopped for both of. Well, that's why Apsis stopped. They probably were planning this from the beginning. I feel like As Technology was a little bit more of maybe we can win it over, and then when it looked like they weren't, they're like, we'll just steal it then. You know, one
Yeah.
group was planning it from the beginning, the other had it as a backup, basically. You know,
Makes sense to me.
so yeah. Shadowrun and corporate espionage. No one does anything nice, and you are in
Yeah.
Lagos.
Everyone sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So yeah, everybody have a great rest of your day. For me, just make sure to check out if you're on YouTube, check out do the YouTube stuff. Hey, great there to check out more episodes. If you're over on Twitch, hey, go check out stuff on YouTube, and that's a shout out for that stuff there, which I should do. And always links below wherever I'm at. Anyway, everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. God, I forgot it was Wednesday for a second there. You know, this is a long day.
Oh,
True.
because of the holiday, it's a little off.
The holiday has less effect on me than how busy a day is. Basically, sometimes a day is just so crazy and stuff happens in it, my brain just muddles out. And this is one of those ones of like, you know, the quest for a replacement thing, which I might be very blue now. Am I still kind of blue? Is it a little better?
Yabba-dabba-da.
Yeah, still a little bit. Again, it's like it's not like you're blue. It's just you're bluer.
Maybe I need a backlight or something. Find me backlight. The other one, at least I can. Anyway, all right, everybody, bye. See you later. Bye.
Bye.